on-site estimates for replacements. We offer 0% financing on new units with approved credit and with our 10-year warranty on parts and labor. Homeowners won't have to worry about spending a cent on unexpected repairs for years to come.
Call Pipe Wrench today, 865-264-8090, or book online at pipewrench.com. Same-day service guaranteed, or the visit is free.
99.1 The Sports Animal goes live with Josh and Swain this Tuesday as they broadcast live from D1 Training on Hardin Valley Road from noon to 3. Brought to you by Axiom Wealth, world-class solutions with tangible results, offering a tailored approach to financial security for every season of life.
At Ingalls, we know the ever-present struggle of, what am I going to make for dinner this week? That's why we started the Ingalls Table. It's all waiting for you at ingalls-markets.com. Ingalls, low prices, love the savings.
This is WNML-FM Friendsville, WNML-AM Knoxville, Cumulus Media Stations, broadcasting worldwide from the Budweiser Studios. We are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
This is Andrew Bogish with a CBS Sports Minute sponsored by TaxSlayer. Start filing for free today at TaxSlayer.com. I love FCS football. Great tradition, great programs, great playoff format. So there has to be a better way to crown a champ than beginning yesterday's title game at 2 Eastern. The NFL's finale made it near impossible to watch South Dakota State repeat as champs. I'm Andrew Bogish.
Getting your guaranteed maximum refund with TaxSlayer feels like discovering a refund tree has grown in your backyard.
I'm the refund tree.
Sawing off its branches.
Hey.
Feeding them through a wood chipper.
My branches! My beautiful branches!
And dancing in its refund rain. Start for free and get your guaranteed maximum refund. TaxSlayer. File fearlessly.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Josh and Swain is brought to you by McKeon Law Group. Whether you're facing divorce, injury, or any legal strife has come your way, there's one call to make to Jed McKeon and the McKeon Law Group, 294-8008 and attorney-knoxville.com.
For today's show, we're very excited moving forward to be a part of AM 640, the sports monster in the Tri-Cities area, as we, of course, continue our broadcast coverage every day on 99.1 The Sports Animal, just like we do here in the Knoxville area and the Tri-Cities. We pick up where the Eric Ains Show with Brian Rice left off at 12 o'clock, and we'll be with you each day, 12 until 3 in the Tri-Cities. So hello to everybody a little more northeast than where we are, and to everybody on the Sports Animal, and to everybody streaming. However you are listening to the show, great to be with you today.
How do we do this? Do we say, like, welcome to each other? So the great listeners up there in the Tri-Cities, the sports sponsor, they say welcome to us, or do we say welcome to them for being part of Josh and Swain? How does this work? How are we going to do this?
Well, I don't know if we're quite welcome yet. So we're probably welcoming them.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll let them.
We got to earn it.
We'll let them decide if we are welcome to stay.
Okay.
That's how this works, I think.
Let's do it.
Yep. So we'll try to earn your attention moving forward. But we appreciate you hanging out with us. We have a lot to talk about. Tennessee's top 5 basketball team looked like it on Saturday with the win against Ole Miss, running the Rebels out of the arena. And we talked going in about how, okay, this may or may not be a top 25 caliber team. Ken Palm had said, yeah, this is a team ranked closer to 80. It's probably somewhere in between because I think Chris Beard is a really good coach. But Tennessee made Ole Miss look like a really bad basketball team, and that's probably because of what Tennessee is capable of. You'll hear Beard today talk about what he thinks Tennessee is capable of doing this season, but a 90-64 win in the SEC opener. Big performance from Jonas Adu, who went in with some health concerns because of his calf strain. A double-double for Zakai Ziegler to go along with Adu's double-double. What a showing to open up SEC play. 90-64, the Vols win against Ole Miss.
Yeah, Tennessee made Ole Miss look like they didn't belong on the same court as Tennessee. Ole Miss looked helpless. They looked hopeless. They looked like they didn't have any answers for what Tennessee wanted to do. The game looked so slow to Zakai Ziegler. Don't you love it when he dribbles into the lane but doesn't shoot it? Dribbles behind the rim. It's like a Harlem Globetrotter event.
He has a plan that nobody else can see or few can see except for him.
And then he finds guys either slashing to the basket or spotting up for a wide open jump shot. We saw Santiago Vescovi hitting open shots. We saw Dalton Connect hitting open shots. We saw a lot of guys attempting open shots. Didn't make them all, but attempting open shots, taking good shots, and that's because of Zakai Ziegler's control of this offense. But Jonas Adu, that's the story, right? 24 points, 10 rebounds, was dominant on the defensive end, altering shots. Jonas Adu, no turnovers. Jonas last year got himself in trouble for either picking up silly fouls or not rebounding enough. And no problem with that so far this year. But, yeah, it was a dominant performance. Ole Miss is going to be a better basketball team later in the season. They're going to learn a lesson from their SEC opener. Playing at Food City Center, it's tough. Not many people come in here and win. So don't feel too bad, Ole Miss. It happens to a lot of teams. This is what we do to opposing teams when they come in here. But it was a really dominant performance. Rick Barnes said that this team could average 80 points per game. Now I see why he felt that way. Because they have so many weapons. They're so deep. And you see the development of guys like Toby Awaka from the free throw line, Jamal Meshack from the three-point line. You're seeing Josiah Jordan-James. He's aggressive, getting to the rim, getting to the basket. I thought last year he settled for too many jump shots, but he's getting to the cup. He is getting to the free throw line along with this rest of his basketball team. And go look at some of the losses that Tennessee has suffered over the last 2 years. Look at last year's Kentucky game, right, when we're honoring Chris Lofting and retiring his number. The amount of free throw attempts that the opponent took versus our makes, staggering. Like, teams that would beat us would make more free throws than we would attempt. That wasn't the case on Saturday either. Tennessee was getting to the free throw line and making it count, 85% from the free throw line too.
Tennessee will go to Mississippi State on Wednesday. That will not be an easy game. This is one win. It is one of a lot of games to go when you include the rest of conference play, the SEC tournament, the NCAA tournament. But Tennessee has shown what its potential is when it goes out there and plays its best basketball or close to it because the opponent has something to say about that. So far, offensively, Tennessee ranks 24th in the country in adjusted offensive efficiency. Last year, Tennessee finished the season 64th in the country in offense. So they have to prove it against more teams as the season goes along. But to this point, having played as tough of a non-conference schedule as anybody in the country, Tennessee ranks in the top 25 offensively, number 2 in the country in defense, by the way. The defense is still there. They look like they were playing with 6 guys on the court, 6 or 7 at times against Ole Miss when the Rebels couldn't do anything. They went on a short run there in the first half, but that was it. Tennessee's defense didn't allow Ole Miss to do anything over 40 minutes of basketball.
What was the offensive efficiency heading into the Ole Miss game? Because I feel like it was at like 29 or something.
Yeah, they probably jumped up. I'm sure that they did after putting up 90 points and shooting well. Getting to the free throw line is a big deal. They're hitting at a high rate as a team as well, and opponents are not getting to the free throw line at a high rate. That makes a huge difference, especially if you can knock them down, of course. And Tennessee has guys that can hit free throws across the board. That includes when Jonas Adu gets to the free throw line. The aggression we see from Josiah, who, remember, was not available consistently through the regular season a year ago, and feel free to knock on wood when I bring it up. But his aggression getting the basket, Dane liked it a lot when Josiah crossed over, went to the rim. It was well contested by the defense, but Josiah's strength going up to the rim, going high off the glass to drop it in.
You mean behind the back, between the legs?
That's quite a move.
Oh, that belongs in a video game.
Yeah.
Like Streets or NBA Jam or how about And One Mixtape? Like that was That was hot sauce-ish. Inspector. Like, I remember all those and one dudes. Like Josiah was channeling his enter and one mixtape moves. That was some good stuff right there.
So they have the pieces. They have to stay healthy. They have to continue to progress offensively, and guys are going to have on and off nights, but they didn't need a lot from Dalton Connect. Jemai Mashak's a guy we'll talk about as well. Off the bench, played 23 minutes while he was on the court. Tennessee outscored the opponent by 27 in his 23 minutes of basketball.
I got something right quick for you. Toby Awaka, last year, attempted 39 free throws. Only made 18 of them. 46%. So far this year, he's attempted 31. He's made 23. 74%.
5 of 5 the other night. Huge improvement.
So you don't feel afraid to have a Walker in the game in late game situations. Like, this game didn't matter. I mean, you were blowing them out. But
Right.
There's going to be times when you are in a closer game and maybe Jonas Adu's in foul trouble. Maybe he fouls out. It's happened many of times. You feel comfortable with a Walker being in there because he goes up to the free throw line and straight strokes it.
Adu and Awaka, 9 of 10. You're not going to get 90%.
How about that?
But if you can trust those guys going to the line,
Yeah,
changes
man.
it doesn't just change the result, it changes how you can play.
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. Saturday was just a feel-good game.
Ole Miss looked like Old Maid, it says in the text box. How do you feel about that one?
Old May?
Yeah.
I'll roll with it.
Jeb says Tennessee made Ole Miss look like they spent the NIL budget in the transfer portal, forgot about basketball.
They got some players. They got some really good players from different teams.
Yeah.
They just didn't look good as a team versus a top 5 team in Tennessee.
Yeah, Matthew Morrell's a good player, didn't have a big game, but I will say, moving forward, I would bet on Chris Beard having success there. He's going to do well. He's won everywhere that he's been. He's had his off-court issues. That's well documented. On the court, he knows what he's doing running a program. He also recognizes what it takes to be a Final Four team. He's been there. He played for a national title, and he'll talk about Tennessee's makeup to try to make that kind of run as the afternoon moves along. We invite you to join us. You can call in 865-656-9900 as we read from the text box. It's the same number, 865-656-9900 to be a part of the show. Today on 99.1 The Sports Animal and now AM 640 in the Tri-Cities, The Sports Monster. You asked her, are we still going to do these dad jokes with the fine folks of the Tri-Cities listening? Well, how about we outsource them?
We'll try.
Jackie, who has been a loyal listener now with the ability to listen on the radio as well, in addition to stream, sent us one in from the Tri-Cities area. You want to go with Jackie's?
Let's do it.
Jackie says, opening joke for Swain, relationships are a lot like algebra. Have you ever looked at your ex and wondered why?
Okay. All right.
Are we off and running?
Yeah.
Maybe that's the new move. Just completely outsource. Take me out of it.
There it is.
I'll do my best to deliver. You send them in.
Okay. 1 for 1 so far today. I like it.
We'll talk Tennessee's win over Ole Miss, the start of SEC play as Tennessee gets ready to go to the state of Mississippi to take on the Mississippi State Bulldogs coming up in a couple of days. We'll talk Tennessee football. Speaking of the transfer portal, that is a big conversation with Tennessee, looking for big guys. And we'll continue to invite you to join us with you until 3 o'clock. 865-656-9900 to join us as we continue on Josh and Swain.
The Budweiser studios are recognized worldwide on the Sports Animal app and online at 991thesportsanimal.com.
Hello, friends. This is Kevin Frazier with Frazier's Carpet One. With interest rates reaching their highest in 20 years, Frazier's is primed and prepared to help you get those new floors without stress and anxiety. We make it easy with no money down and free financing for 18 months. That's what 70 years and 4 generations of expertise and relationships can do, and we do it to help you. Plus, as always, free in-home estimates, free in-home shopping, and free in-home design consultation. We'll bring the best-selling carpet, hardwood, luxury vinyl tile, and more to you, all with no money down and free financing for up to 18 months. Call Frazier's today at 546-4850 for a free in-home estimate. Everything for the floor from the store you trust more, Frazier's.
Frazier's Nearly 3,000 teen drivers die in car crashes each year. Tire Rack Street Survival is designed to save lives. The one-day hands-on driving school gives teens experience in car control through exercises that include emergency braking and skid recovery. Find a class near you at TireRack.com/survive.
Every day you breathe in thousands of tiny little germs, allergens, and viruses. Don't let these invisible invaders make breathing through your nose impossible. Flush them out with Navage. I'm Martin Hoke, and I invented Navage to make cleaning your nose easy. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, helping flush out everything that makes you miserable. Nearly 4 million people use Navage to breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier. People like Doug, a verified Navage user who writes, I had difficulty for years breathing through my nose. After using Navage, my whole breathing has changed. My sinuses don't hurt, and no more stuffy nose. It's an amazing product. Unquote. If you suffer from sinus congestion, allergies, or snoring, then Navage is the safe, drug-free solution you've been looking for. Navage is at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, and Navage.com. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
This is John Wilkerson. I've got a question for you. Are you trying to figure out all the new LED lighting options available for your commercial building, parking lot, or even your home? Well, you're not alone. And I have good news for you. Commercial Lighting Supply, located in Knoxville, stocks the newest and best lighting options that are available. So whether you're building a home, upgrading an office or a warehouse, or just simply replacing existing lighting, Commercial Lighting Supply has what you need. They carry a full line of LEDs, fluorescents, fixtures, and ballasts in stock. Remember, when buying lights, they are not all created equal, and Commercial Lighting has a full team of product experts who will not only meet your needs, but exceed your lighting expectations. Located 1485 Amherst Road in Knoxville, stop by or give them a call, 865-558-0080 for all your lighting needs. Again, that number, 865-558-0080. Give Commercial Lighting a call today.
Hey, this is the Fat Jack. It is football season. Are you ready to make some money? Fire up and get signed up right now. Go to fatjacksports.com and get signed up today to add disciplined, responsible gambling, and most importantly, winning plays to your betting system. Everything is texted to your cell phone or emailed to you. It's going to get you into profit. And always remember, guys, especially early, it's not the betting that she hates, it's the losing. Get signed up today and stop losing. Go to fatjacksports.com.
Johnson, our CFO needs some info for the IPO ASAP.
No problem, boss. Just search the web. Cumulus Digital has helped our SEO big time.
Speak English, Johnson.
Search engine optimization.
SEO, huh? That's A-OK.
CumulusDigital.com. All facts, no fluff. Honest, credible sports information from two guys that know the facts. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
Josh and Swain on 99.1 The Sports Animal and AM 640. The Sports Monster, great to be with you in the Tri-Cities. Opening the show, talking Tennessee's win against Ole Miss, and in a moment, what Ole Miss's head coach said about Tennessee's potential, great atmosphere at the Food City Center, which was a part of the conversation as well. The football attendance has gone right back up toward the top with Tennessee's ability to sell out games consistently, and that's been a trend that's been in place for quite a while in basketball. The big games, the big home games, Tennessee packs the house. They did again on Saturday against Ole Miss to open up SEC play.
It's hard to play. Hard to play in the Food City Center. It's too many people. And I imagine that the student section was right on top of the players. It would be even louder. But unbelievable atmosphere. It's why Rick Barnes and his basketball teams have had really good records at home.
And Chris Beard has coached really good basketball teams. He's faced the best teams in the country, played for national titles as the head coach at Texas Tech. And after the game, after Tennessee won 90-64, in his opening statement, Chris Beard, Ole Miss's coach, talked about what Tennessee looks like as a team and as a program.
Very impressed with the crowd. It's a great basketball venue. Super impressed with everything about this place. So obviously for us, the basketball game, I'll start by saying this. Tennessee's really good. I don't know if Coach Barnes would agree with this, but I think they're a Final Four contender. They have experience, size, great point guard play. They have an identity. It's their defense and rebounding. And offensively, they just have a lot of weapons. They can play a lot of different ways. And so really impressed with them. You're literally looking at a team, a basket away from beating Kansas and Purdue. And we're sitting here today, and they're probably the number one team in the country. So super impressed with Tennessee. Congratulate Coach Barnes on a good opening season win, 18-round fight, and they definitely handled us.
Chris Beard, Tennessee, a Final Four contender. Tennessee's ranked in the top 5. Ken Palm ranks Tennessee number 4 in the country. So based on standings today, 1 week into the month of January, it's really not even a bold take when you look at where Tennessee stands. But at the beginning of the season, Michigan State coach Tom Izzo, when they played the exhibition game, said Tennessee's a Final Four caliber team. Chris Beard, a couple of months later, is saying Tennessee is a Final Four contender.
I'm just checking the schedule, make sure we don't play Ole Miss again. To see if Chris Beard's trying to offer up some rat poison. You know how people try to butter you up. You gotta be careful about them coaches, man. They think they slick. They want to butter you up, make you let your guard down, and then attack. You can't let it happen. Luckily, we don't play Chris Beard in the regular season, but we may see them in the SEC tournament.
Yeah, in the SEC tournament, it could occur, but I think he's just calling it like he sees it with Tennessee's basketball team. Now, there may be some message there to his fans saying, hey, this is the kind of team that just beat us by 26 points. This is why, because they're going to the Final Four. So maybe it's more a message to his fans if they're upset with how the game went.
Maybe it's a message to his fans and donors. Maybe he's going a little Mark Stoops.
Oh.
We need more players. Donate to the NIL.
Lane after the Georgia game?
Or Stoops after the Georgia game.
Well, Lane did it too.
He did it too?
Yeah.
Well, both of them did it.
Yeah.
So I appreciate the compliment, but I got my good eye on you, Chris Beard. Just want to make sure you're not trying to get us to let our guard down. So the next time we play those guys, they try to beat us.
Tennessee likes to feed the floor, right? That's the message?
I don't even know what that means, but it sounds cool.
Yeah, I don't totally either.
Have we got a definition or some type of?
It does make more sense now that it's the Food City Center, right?
It makes perfect sense, but I kind of want to know what it means.
I don't know. You take somebody into the mud, but then you feed the floor. Feed them the dirt?
We've been saying this for 2 or 3 years, and no one has stopped to ask Rick Barnes, yo, Barnes, what does feed the floor actually mean?
He'd probably say it just means keep pushing P, something like that.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense, Josh.
So are you ready to eat up all this Final Four talk?
No. Not right now.
Tennessee's never been.
No. We are reminded by Kentucky fans.
Frequently.
Yeah,
And honestly, Tennessee fans, sometimes when we start to talk about the hype of the team that's taking place in the middle of a season, but the Vols they're going to project to be a very high seed. I mean, they're going to be in play maybe for a 1 seed.
Oh, yeah.
Two or three at worst would be the way that it projects right now. Again, long way to go in the season, but they'll be seated in a position to have a chance to go there. They have the personnel that Chris Beard just talked about. They have an identity. They have point guard play that you have to have at that time of year. There are unknowns, health and all that, but right now the hype is building very quickly for this Tennessee basketball team.
I think this team can handle Final Four talk because they are a veteran-led group. They can handle that. And it wasn't too long ago, half of this basketball team won the SEC tournament and had a lot of momentum going into the NCAA tournament, only to lose to Michigan. And a lot of people were disappointed because that team was supposed to go a lot further, with Kenny Chandler being the point guard in his first and last season here at Tennessee. They know how to handle negative attention, negative press, and I think they know how to handle positive attention and positive press.
Yeah, Josiah coming back. Zakai's experience to this point. A guy like Jemai Meshack he's pretty experienced now at this point, and his maturity off the bench. Yeah, that matters in handling this talk. I don't think they'll be affected along the way.
I think when you play in multiple NCAA games, multiple postseason games like the SEC tournament, and the intensity goes up another level, like talking to Cade Phillips last night on the locker room, asking him the difference in high school to college, what advice he was given, what stands out from what Rick Barnes told him. It's the intensity, it's the physicality of SEC play. Because those guys played against Purdue and Kansas early in the season. But what was the change to SEC play? Well, it's the intensity and the physicality. That's something that they were told to expect. Well, guys like Vescovy and Ziegler and James, they know the intensity when it rises another notch when you play in the NCAA tournament. Meshack knows that too. So they're ready. They're prepared for that.
Mark in Johnson City texts in, glad to have your program now in the Tri-Cities. We're glad to be with you on AM 640, along with the Sports Animal. Just asking for Swain to redirect Josh should he bring up his dance courses at UT again. Very unpalatable.
Yeah, you can bring them up. Just don't demonstrate. You can talk about them.
You can watch on YouTube today as well. So
we don't want to see them. We not trying to see your dance move, Josh. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I let you down. I'm supposed to have your back.
You got my back?
Yeah. No,
you got my back! I got your back! You got my back! I got your back! You got my back! I got your back! Everybody's got their back.
Yeah,
not today.
Still no idea what that last part means. But no, Josh, I do not want to see you dance today. I'm good. If it's anything like Jimmy Holmes dancing at your wedding, I want no part of it. Sorry, Jimmy.
That's one of my great career impacts, I think, to this point.
I would put that on your resume, Josh. Omit that. Leave that off.
Also, when we asked the people respond, said, hey, you send in your jokes. We'll share them with you. Richard and Pulaski, do you want to know the longest word in the English language? Smiles. It is a mile apart from the first letter to the last. Smiles.
I need to call Thornton Center. I need a tutor. I have no idea what that joke is talking about. And maybe I'm just not the smartest dude, but I'm lost. I'm lost. I need some Farragut education to figure that one out.
One more, then we'll get to the look for some linemen, which is also ongoing. Tim, what do you call a funny chicken? A comedian.
Oh, my gosh.
We'll come back here on Josh and Swain and invite you to be a part of the show. 865-656-9900. The search through the transfer portal continues for Tennessee football. We'll have more hoops talk as the afternoon goes along. But the Vols searching for linemen. We'll discuss coming back on Josh and Swain.
To receive breaking news on the Tennessee Vols, text the word Vols to 865-656-9900. That's VOLS to 865-656-9900.
Experience the best attractions and restaurants East Tennessee has to offer at unbeatable prices with our sweet deal of the week. Don't miss out. Check out 99.1 thesportsanimal.com and click on Sweet Deal.
Hello, friends. This is Kevin Frazier with Frazier's Carpet One. With interest rates reaching their highest in 20 years, Frazier's is primed and prepared to help you get those new floors without stress and anxiety. We make it easy with no money down and free financing for 18 months. That's what 70 years and 4 generations of expertise and relationships can do, and we do it to help you. Plus, as always, free in-home estimates, free in-home shopping, and free in-home design consultation. We'll bring the best-selling carpet, hardwood, luxury vinyl tile, and more to you, all with no money down and free financing for up to 18 months. Call Frazier's today at 546-4850 for a free in-home estimate. Everything for the floor from the store you trust more, Frazier's.
The great thing about about sports is, it never stops. Here's another 60-second sports minute on the Sports Animal.
The college football season concludes tonight with the College Football Playoff National Championship as number 1 Michigan takes on number 2 Washington. Both teams are 14-0 on the season, coming off close semifinal wins in the College Football Playoff a week ago. Kickoff tonight is at 7:30. The NFL playoffs are officially set after the conclusion of the regular season yesterday. The playoffs begin on Saturday with the wild card round. In the AFC, the Browns take on the Texans. The Chiefs host the Dolphins. The Bills will take on the Steelers on Sunday. In the NFC, the Packers visit the Cowboys while the Lions host the Rams on Sunday. The wild card round concludes when the Buccaneers host the Eagles on Monday. NBA games tonight at 7 o'clock. The Hornets host the Bulls. The Celtics visit the Pacers. Wizards take on the Thunder. Rockets get the Heat at 7:30. Bucks host the Jazz at 8. And the Clippers take on the Suns at 10:30. Have a good afternoon. I'm Joel Silverberg.
Fellas, it's a new year. Low T Center can help you make it a great one. If you've been feeling tired, grumpy, you've noticed lack of motivation and drive, have weight gain, or loss of muscle mass, these could all be signs of low testosterone levels. At Low T Center, they make it easy for you to get your levels checked. It's a simple blood test, and with their on-site lab, you'll get your results back in about 25 minutes. Low T Center is not like your typical doctor's office. It's concierge medicine for men. Their physicians specialize in treating low testosterone and have been exclusively treating men for years, with most health insurance accepted. And they have affordable and convenient treatment options, including physician-monitored, self-inject treatments that ship directly to your home each month. So there's no need to drive to the center for weekly visits. Right now, at Low T Center, it's just $25 to get your T-level tested. Make your health and quality of life a priority and make it a great year. Go to lowtcenter.com to book your appointment online today. That's lowtcenter.com.
This has been a paid announcement.
Hey, this is Ange with 42nd Street. I'm with the owner, Mike Carlton. Mike, there's business owners out there that want to grow their business. How do they do that?
Growth is what we do at 42nd Street. It's our job to get you out there. We pride ourselves in getting your brand seen. So don't just spend money to spend money. Let 42nd Street focus your investment in the right places.
What do I do?
So the thing is, if you go to our website at 42st.com, there's a discovery button right at the top. Simple, easy, click it, and we'll be in touch with you. That's 42st.com.
This is John Wilkerson. I've got a question for you. Are you trying to figure out all the new LED lighting options available for your commercial building, parking lot, or even your home? Well, you're not alone. And I have good news for you. Commercial Lighting Supply, located in Knoxville, stocks the newest and best lighting options that are available. So whether you're building a home, upgrading an office or a warehouse, or just simply replacing existing lighting, Commercial Lighting Supply has what you need. They carry a full line of LEDs, fluorescents, fixtures, and ballasts in stock. Remember, when buying lights, they are not all created equal, and Commercial Lighting has a full team of product experts who will not only meet your needs, but exceed your lighting expectations. Located 1485 Amherst Road in Knoxville, stop by or give them a call, 865-558-0080 for all your lighting needs. Again, that number, 865-558-0080. Give Commercial Lighting a call today.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Hey, this is the Fat Jack. It is football season. Are you ready to make some money? Fire up and get signed up right now. Go to fatjacksports.com and get signed up today to add disciplined, responsible gambling, and most importantly, winning plays to your betting system. Everything is text to your cell phone or emailed to you. It's going to get you into profit. And always remember, guys, especially early, it's not the betting that she hates, it's the losing. Get signed up today and stop losing. Go to fatjacksports.com.
This report is sponsored by Tire Rack. Nearly 3,000 teen drivers die in car crashes each year. Tire Rack Street Survival is designed to save lives. The one-day hands-on driving school gives teens experience in car control through exercises that include emergency braking and skid recovery. Find a class near you at TireRack.com/survive.
It's a really mild afternoon. Get out and enjoy it. We got highs into the lower 50s. We do see the clouds and rain push in overnight. Some heavy rain with that WVLT first alert weather day throughout the morning on Tuesday. Gusty winds moving in as well with highs into the mid to upper 50s on Tuesday. From the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Paige Noel.
This is Coach Josh Heupel. You're listening to Josh and Swain on 99.1, the Sports Animal.
Back on Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. Thanks to Bobby texting in. Did Admiral come up with Feed the Floor, or at least in that video? So he referenced Admiral Schofield several years ago. There's the video 2017 where he's calling to fans, feed the floor. So fans feeding the energy to the floor. I don't know if it was an Admiral creation or an Admiral narration at the very least.
Okay.
But, yeah, Admiral put together some videos. He did one at Neyland Stadium, which was really good.
Legend.
Yeah.
It's the best one.
Yeah. He loves Tennessee. We've talked about Admiral taking on a leadership role in the NBA. He's still a young guy in the league, relatively speaking. They've had him come back and talk to the Summer League and G League guys to give them some advice. So, yeah, Admiral Schofield, Tennessee basketball legend.
Yeah. Yeah, he's special. He's a special guy. One of the best people, student athletes to ever grace the Hill. So don't be surprised if we see him CEO of some major company or a politician or something like that. Man, he's dynamic.
Yeah, he's really frustrating. He's sharp, has a super deep, intimidating voice, just everything he brings to the table.
He really has everything together, huh?
Yep, seems to. We're trying here on Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. You can connect with us on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, at Josh and Swain. Speaking of special, that's a word you have used to describe Nico's talent, his ability at quarterback. And last week after you saw his performance a week ago in the Citrus Bowl, you offered the reminder, special talent, got to protect him. You need an offensive line that's in front of him that is probably better than what we've seen in the last 12 months. Gerald Mincey is now in the transfer portal, so he has to be replaced after the initial thought was that he would return for another season. There are some offensive linemen that we talked about on Friday's show that Tennessee is pursuing, and right now it appears Tennessee is behind or out with those races. Reed Adams, the Kansas offensive lineman, appears headed to Texas A&M. A couple of other tackles would be considered leans elsewhere right now. What do you make out of the last 48 to 72 hours with Tennessee pursuing offensive linemen for immediate help through the transfer portal?
Reed Adams, I think it's important to mention. He's from DeSoto High School there in DeSoto, Texas, which is right outside Dallas. College Station, Texas A&M, where he's going, about 2.5-hour drive for him. So I do understand that part of it. When you look at Tennessee right now needing offensive linemen, essentially who you bring in is going to be a starter for you. So you're selling that. You have an NIL that I know for a fact is well-funded, organized, and some of the packages that you hear being offered to some of these players in the portal will leave you scratching your head why we haven't been able to get linemen from the portal. You have a better collective than Ole Miss. You have I think a fan base that is more powerful. You have an atmosphere in Neyland Stadium, unrivaled. You never really hear Josh Heupel begging people to come to the game and stay at the games. We've heard Lane Kiffin have to do that. So you look at the collectives, and you say, well, if the collectives is better at Tennessee, what is it? Well, it only points to one thing, and that is the individuals on the staff ability or inability to close. One that can't is no better than one that can and won't. So if you got some dudes on the staff that can't close, or you have some dudes on the staff that can close but don't want to, it's really the same. You're not getting results. It is still January the 8th. There's still time to get players from the portal, but the guys who are in there, I mean, you got a former 5-star with 3 years left. I don't know if there's going to be another situation that's going to be as great as this one. Opportunity for Tennessee to address that need this year and for the future.
That player being Lance Hurd from LSU.
Correct. You got to make something shake if you're Josh Heupel. Like, you are in this position because we have struck out, whether it was eval or development. And I don't want to hear anything about Darnell Wright. You can use Darnell Wright to recruit. Don't get me wrong. He's a first-round player. He started every game for the Chicago Bears. Was awesome. You can use him. But it's not working right now for Tennessee in recruiting players from the portal. Tennessee has done a good job this recruiting class, bringing in 5 guys. But those 5 guys are not going to play for you as freshmen. Physically, there's no way that you can count on 5 freshmen. The need to address the portal at the offensive line position is because of some of the misses with the previous recruiting class. Because if you did not miss with the previous recruiting classes, those guys would have been ready to fill in this year and last year, but they were not. Maybe the eval was off. Maybe they just didn't develop like you thought they were going to develop. Who knows? Who cares? Your responsibility is to have linemen. And you're sitting right here, right now, with a hole at left guard and a hole at right tackle and more questions in 2025. So this is the first time in the last 3 years that we're sitting around going, I know we can coach, but what about recruiting? The previous staff, we know we can recruit, but what about the coaching? This is the first time where people are like, oh my gosh, why can't we get them? Why can't we close? And it's not the collective. It is not the Vol Club. It is not Spire.
We had a question in the text box. Is Tennessee being competitive with the offers?
More than competitive.
Okay.
More than competitive. And Tennessee is not getting outbidded out here. Okay? And so know and understand that. Got to figure it out. Got to figure it out. It's really that simple.
In my opinion, from a personnel standpoint, Tennessee has to add at least
2. At least. And they have to be – they can't just be any 2.
Yeah.
They have to be 2 with more than 1 year, unless you plan on one of the 5 freshmen that we brought in this year to be ready to go as a full-time starter in their second year.
Like in 2025, you already know you have to replace Cooper Mays, Javonte Spraggins, and John Campbell Jr. They're out of eligibility after 2024.
Josh, when you don't shave, it shows. When you don't recruit the offensive line position the way you're supposed to, It may not show today, but it's going to show up one day. Derek Dooley did not recruit a single offensive lineman in the class of 2012, and it showed up in the biggest way for Butch Jones. You can't neglect a position, or you can't miss on a position, because it's going to show up. May not show up now, but it's going to show up. And this is why it's showing up right now, because of some of the missteps that happened within the first 3 years recruiting the offensive line position. So you can fix it by getting into the portal and getting the right guy with the right amount of eligibility, but it is concerning when you have players go other places and taking less money, or taking the same amount of money, or going to a place where it's less prestigious. Like, hard questions have to be asked, and you got to find some hard answers, because you're entering year 4. You have Nico, and it won't matter unless you have the necessary pieces around him. So, yeah, like the Reed Adams miss, that stinks, but you can't lose on the other guys. You can't lose on Hurd. You can't do it.
We'll continue the conversation a week removed from Tennessee's blowout win of Iowa. Plenty of reasons to be excited about 2024, which we will get to on today's show. The focus of Tennessee's coaching staff right now, finding offensive line help. The biggest topic probably right now with Tennessee football a week after the win against Iowa. We'll continue the conversation and invite you to be a part of it. Join us at 865-656-9900 next to VFL and former Tennessee wide receiver Jason Swain. I'm Josh Ward as we continue on both 99.1 The Sports Animal and 640 AM The Sports Monster.
No matter where you go, there we are. Stream us anywhere. 99.1 The Sports Animal on the app or website.
Imagine listening to live jazz, sipping wine on a charming, spacious patio with friends or loved ones. Perro's Bar and Grill on North Shore Drive in Rocky Hill has that and more. With a great staff, outstanding service, homemade American, Italian, and Greek recipes handed down through generations, Perro's Bar and Grill provides that special dining experience that you want when you get out. They also have a jazz brunch on Sundays, live jazz most Fridays and Saturdays, and they're the home of the world-famous Luther Burger and so much more. Located on North Shore in Rocky Hill, Perro's also caters for businesses or families. Perro's Bar and Grill, a unique dining experience you don't want to miss. This Friday at 9 a.m., go to 991thesportsanimal.com and catch a sweet deal to Perro's Bar and Grill. Sweet deals are your chance to experience some of the finest restaurants and attractions East Tennessee has to offer at unbeatable prices. Don't miss this one to Perro's Bar and Grill, going live Friday morning at 9.
'Tis the season to step up your comfort and style game. Find the perfect fit for your festivities at New Balance Knoxville. Make your holiday stride a breeze with our Fresh Foam X1080, the gift of unmatched comfort for those long winter walks. And for the fashion-minded, we've got the classic New Balance 574, a timeless choice to make your holiday look complete. Keep cozy and stylish with our range of apparel that's as festive as it is comfortable, and a New Balance gift card is always the ideal present. Located in the suburban shopping center just west of Westtown Mall.
For the love of Tennessee at dawn. For the love of the fight. For the love of having nowhere else you'd rather be. For the love of Tennessee. Travel safe. Brought to you by the Tennessee Department of Tourist Development, the Tennessee Association of Broadcasters, and this station.
Imagine listening to live jazz, sipping wine on a charming, spacious patio with friends or loved ones. Perro's Bar and Grill on North Shore Drive in Rocky Hill has that and more. With a great staff, outstanding service, homemade American, Italian, and Greek recipes handed down through generations, Perro's Bar and Grill provides that special dining experience that you want when you get out. They also have a jazz brunch on Sundays, live jazz most Fridays and Saturdays, and they're the home of the world-famous Luther Burger and so much more. Located on North Shore in Rocky Hill, Perro's also caters for businesses or families. Perro's Bar and Grill, a unique dining experience you don't want to miss. This Friday at 9 a.m., go to 991thesportsanimal.com and catch a sweet deal to Perro's Bar and Grill. Sweet deals are your chance to experience some of the finest restaurants and attractions East Tennessee has to offer at unbeatable prices. Don't miss this one to Perro's Bar and Grill, going live Friday morning at 9.
It's Tyler Ivins for Flater Security Systems. Listen, I didn't mean to sneak up on you, but going with the punny joke, how often do you worry if somebody's sneaking up on you when you're entering your garage or walking in the front door during a late night at work? How often are you laying in bed at night and you hear things go bump in the night? Are your kids getting home safe? Are they secure when you're stuck in traffic on the interstate and when you're doing those vacations? Who's keeping an eye on your house, both the good guys and the bad guys? Call the good guys. That's Fleener Security, 544-9964 or online at fleenersecurity.com.
Johnson, I've been hearing about this internet thing. Anything to it?
Yeah, boss. We had Cumulus Digital design and run our website.
Will an internet help our sales?
Already has. Plus, Cumulus Digital helps us rank high on search engines.
Whoa, one thing at a time, Johnson.
CumulusDigital.com.
Josh and Swain is brought to you by McKeon Law Group. Some law firms specialize in one thing, but there's one here in East Tennessee that specializes in them all, called Jed McKeon and the McKeon Law Group, 294-8008 and attorney-knoxville.com.
I'm Michael Jenkins, helping you beat the books with BetQL. The Boston Celtics continue to be the class of the Eastern Conference, and they will take the best record in the NBA on the road tonight against the Pacers. Boston has gone 8-2 in their last 10, bringing a 28-7 mark into the contest tonight. The Pacers have been just okay on their home floor, going just 11-8 so far in the season. So the BetQL model likes the Celtics in this one, laying the points on the road in Indy. I'm Michael Jenkins. Bet smarter and beat the books with BetQL, and download the BetMGM app today.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger. Because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
From the Budweiser studios of The Sports Animal, we are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Josh and Swain, 99.1 The Sports Animal. Thanks for being with us, wherever you are listening, however you are listening. Now live in the Tri-Cities, 12 to 3 each day following the Eric Ain Show with Brian Rice. 12 to 3 on the Sports Animal and The Sports Monster. Richard asks, is our tempo an issue, the offensive tempo an issue in trying to attract offensive linemen?
I don't know. I've said to myself that it could be. I think that's the only position on the football team where the tempo may be something that players may not want to be a part of. Like, you look at the NFL, and no one's running tempo like that, not Tennessee. There's some teams that the Eagles run a little bit of it, but not like Tennessee. And so if you are offensive lineman at the high school level, you want to get paid. Just let's start getting comfortable saying it. It's okay. We all want to get paid. It's okay for 18-year-olds to want to get paid too. So
they can get paid now. They want to get paid.
They want to get paid, like us, like all of us, all right? And they want to play at the next level. Well, I want to go somewhere where I know I'm going to be developed to get to the next level, and I want to win too. I think those are the three main factors. And for some players, it may be distance. But that's the main three for the top players. And if you're not getting the players you feel like you need to be successful, then you have to address one of those three things. So that way players are saying yes to you. As simple as that.
Yeah, the point is you got to have them. You got to have the guys. Darnell Wright is an example of that, too. Use him to get players. The results need to be better, it would seem, for immediate help, the transfer portal. But 2022 doesn't happen to that level without Darnell, does it?
Absolutely not.
Hendon was special. Jalen Hyatt, all-time season. But Darnell was special. That's why he went top 10 in the NFL drafted offensive tackle.
But Darnell was born special.
That's right.
Like, we have to understand something.
Well, that's why when you stress the talent and the potential of somebody like Lance Hurd, it's because you're looking for the next Darnell Wright, the next big-time guy on the offensive line.
Yeah.
And for multiple
100%.
seasons in that case.
Yeah, that's why you got to get guys like Darnell Wright who are, born special, who are big and move and have a special skill set, so that way you can kind of mold them to be, next All-American for you. It's really hard to count on getting 2- and 3-star players and developing them when you're going up against players who are developed the moment they were born. It's hard.
That also requires more time in most cases.
Yeah.
As we are nearly out of time in hour number 1, 2 hours to go. Wes texted in for Swain. How much does a chimney cost? Nothing. It's on the house.
Oh, okay.
That's a good finish for hour number 1 as we continue on 99.1 The Sports Animal and 6:40 a.m. The Sports Monster in the Tri-Cities. What about a top 10 ranking for Tennessee football? You ready for that? When we come back on Josh and Swain.
If you're suffering and there's a safe, natural, easy-to-use solution to help make you feel better, wouldn't you at least want to try it? That's why millions of people use Navage nasal care to help relieve their symptoms of sinus congestion, allergies, snoring, and other nasal-related problems. I'm Martin Hoke, and I invented Navage to make cleaning your nose easy. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, helping flush out everything that makes you miserable. Nearly 4 million people use Navage to breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier. People like Candace, a verified Navage user who writes, "This is the greatest invention ever made. I truly can't believe the difference and the relief it has made in my sinus problems. Thank you," unquote. Navage is the safe, drug-free solution you've been looking for. Available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Rite Aid, Target, and Navage.com. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
Should all the acquaintance be forgot and dirty carpets too? Tyler Ivins, I can't carry a toot in a bucket, but I can tell you if you use my name, when you schedule at Zero Res, you can start 2024 off the right way with fresh, fluffy carpets thanks to our friends at Zero Res. You can pick up the telephone and you can give them a ring, 865-816-5250, and when you mention me from the Sports Animal, you're going to get 3 rooms of carpet cleaned and a hallway cleaned for free for just $109. ZeroResKnoxville.com.
It's Tyler Ivins for Flater Security Systems. Listen, I didn't mean to sneak up on you, but going with the punny joke, how often do you worry if somebody's sneaking up on you when you're entering your garage or walking in the front door during a late night at work? How often are you laying in bed at night and you hear things go bump in the night? Are your kids getting home safe? Are they secure when you're stuck in traffic on the interstate and when you're doing those vacations? Who's keeping an eye on your house, both the good guys and the bad guys? Call the good guys. That's Flater Security, 544-9964 or online at FlaterSecurity.com.
BetMGM is giving you a chance to be a part of the big game. Place at least $100 on Pro Football Bets Weekly to enter for a chance to win the ultimate trip to Vegas and 2 tickets to attend the big game. Must go to BetMGM.com/touchdown in Vegas for full terms and conditions, including a free alternate method of entry. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to gamble responsibly. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. 21 years of age or older to wager. Tennessee only. New and existing customer offer. All promotions subject to qualification and eligibility requirements. Rewards issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets. Bonus bets expire 7 days from issuance. For problem gambling support, call the Tennessee Red Line at 800-889-9789.
'Tis the season to step up your comfort and style game. Find the perfect fit for your festivities at New Balance Knoxville. Make your holiday stride a breeze with our fresh foam X1080, the gift of unmatched comfort for those long winter walks. And for the fashion-minded, we've got the classic New Balance 574, a timeless choice to make your holiday look complete. Keep cozy and stylish with our range of apparel that's as festive as it is comfortable, and a New Balance gift card is always the ideal present. Located in the suburban shopping center just west of Westtown Mall.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just 1 dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
This is WNML AM Knoxville, WNML FM Friendsville, streaming worldwide on the Sports Animal app and website, 99.1thesportsanimal.com. 99.1 The Sports Animal, the station where the Vols play.
This is Andrew Bogish with a CBS Sports Minute sponsored by TaxSlayer. Start filing for free today at TaxSlayer.com. I love FCS football. Great tradition, great programs, great playoff format. So there has to be a better way to crown a champ than beginning yesterday's title game at 2 Eastern. The NFL's finale made it near impossible to watch South Dakota State repeat as champs. I'm Andrew Bogish.
Getting your guaranteed maximum refund with TaxSlayer feels like discovering a refund tree has grown in your backyard.
I'm the refund tree.
Sawing off its branches.
Hey.
Feeding them through a wood chipper.
My branches! My beautiful branches!
And dancing in its refund rain. Start for free and get your guaranteed maximum refund. TaxSlayer. File fearlessly.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Josh and Swain is brought to you by McKeon Law Group. Life's troubles aren't always fun, but there's a law group in town who will help you get them done. Call Jed McKeon and the McKeon Law Group, 294-8008 and attorney-knoxville.com.
Hour number 2 of Josh and Swain begins. Thanks for being with us today. 2 hours to go. And then Tyler and Will take over on 99.1 The Sports Animal coming up at 3 o'clock. We invite you to be a part of today's show. You can call or text in 865-656-9900. We welcome in everybody listening in the Tri-Cities as well on AM 640, The Sports Monster. We've talked Tennessee's offensive line over the last half hour or so with the Vols looking for help in the transfer portal, help to protect Nico and build out what Tennessee's offense can be in 2024. An interesting ranking related to Tennessee's football team this upcoming year. The way too early top 25s are coming out. We'll get you the latest one here in just a few minutes. And again, invite you to be a part of the show, 865-656-9900. Brian texted in, Kiffin and Ole Miss, they run tempo right offensively. They just got Diego Pounds. It looks like he's going to go there. No official announcement that I've seen, but it does look like that's the way it's headed. He's a big offensive lineman from North Carolina that Tennessee was linked to, was interested in. And if he's choosing Ole Miss, well, he's going to have to run there too. To the question about tempo at the end of last hour.
Yep.
Randall asked, if tempo and style are hurting recruiting, does that make Heupel change things up?
I don't think it's hurting because you were able to sign some pretty good offensive linemen in this class.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the reason.
And I don't think Jordan Seaton chose another school because of Tennessee's tempo. The 5-star offensive tackle that chose Colorado.
No, I don't think
At least not that I'm aware of.
Yeah, I don't think that's the reason. I'm just kind of looking at Ole Miss.
Also, Alan Bell, what was his line? Josh Heupel slows down for no man. So no, he's gonna keep going fast.
No, that's not going to change. Although I think, regardless of how fast the tempo is, Josh Heupel still a great offensive mind. But when you're looking at players that are electing to go to Ole Miss at the offensive line position rather than come to Tennessee, you have to start comparing each programs and each staffs and collectives, and I know it ain't the collective. So I'm looking over there at the offensive line coach trying to see if he's the second coming of Sam Pittman or something. I mean, is he an offensive line whisperer? Am I missing something? John Garrison, first year at Ole Miss. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I need to see how many linemen he developed. Well, he's at NC State for 3 years, FAU. I'm going to say that was probably when Kiffin was there, if I'm not mistaken, in 18. UNLV, coach in Nebraska. I don't see Sam Pittman in this guy, but hey, whatever is being sold, there's some players in the portal that's buying.
The portal king, as some have said about Lane Kiffin, continues to land them, looking for immediate help in 2024. We'll go to the phone lines, 865-656-9900, and say hello to Scott. Scott, thank you for calling in, for hanging on. What's on your mind today?
Hey, guys. With the whole offensive line thing, the person at text box, said the tempo, and I think for some offensive linemen that would be a little bit of an issue. But then, I think a couple of years ago I'd read an article about that, Heupel has a perception that he can develop skill players, but he does have a problem with offensive linemen. And if you're, playing to, get paid someday, maybe that, some other coaches are using against you, saying, well, you play tempo, it's going to be tough there. And, Heupel's good at developing skill players, but, he doesn't have a great track record with offensive linemen. And maybe that's a rumor. I mean, it's something you read. You don't know if it's true or not, but that could be something that could potentially scare kids off. And then, two, Heupel doesn't sub a lot. I mean, if you go there, just look at even this year. A lot of those younger guys, when injuries were happening, weren't being put in. We were having guys that were great, all Tennessee type of caliber people, but they still weren't letting the younger guys go in and have at it. So maybe that's something, too, that people see that, they're not going to get much playing time, for a while at least. So thanks. Great show, guys. Good listening to you.
Scott, thank you for calling.
That may be a valid critique when you're talking about high school players who may not feel like they're going to be a day one contributor. That wouldn't have worked with me because I felt like I was going to go in and be one of the best 3 or 4 receivers anyways and play. But guys from the portal, you're getting guys from the portal to plug and play now. So you're essentially guaranteeing playing time. And you're giving them a big old deal and unable to close a deal.
Yeah, there's no secret about the football pitch. The pitch to offensive linemen in the transfer portal is, we need a starting right tackle. Yeah. You're the guy.
Yeah. We lost our right tackle. We want you to be the next tackle. We just have an opening for a guard. We want you to be the guard. Like there's no wiggle room here. There's no reason to be confused. Well, if you work hard, you could be the starter. Nah, man. You the starter. That's why we calling you on the phone. This is why we're offering you this, because we need you to be the starter. I mean, you're essentially guaranteeing playing time and trying to put money in your pockets, and folks are going, no, thank you. And that is mind-blowing to me.
Adding a tackle, especially if he has multiple years, seemed like a really good idea this time a week ago when Gerald Mincey was still at least officially a part of the equation. He's in the transfer portal. By the way, he said he's going to go visit Ole Miss. We did get asked, how is Kiffin going to play all these players? I think it's going to come back to bite him.
It don't matter how he's going to play them. They're on his team and not on anybody else's. That's one of the secrets of recruiting in the 90s and the 80s, 2000s. Hey, you may not know where you're going to play a guy, but you get all of them because your opponent can't get them, and you don't have to play against them. So that's one thing Lane is doing. He's making sure that nobody else can get them.
Yeah, Quinshon Judkins on the way out, visiting Ohio State, it appeared, by the way, but nobody's laughing at Lane over losing Judkins because you see all the other players that they're adding. How is it going to play out? That, again, is a conversation we'll have for the next 8 months, and we'll see this fall. But he is adding real talent on both sides of the ball. There's no dispute that talent is being added to Ole Miss's roster. So a 10-2 team a year ago will be better personnel-wise, I believe, in 2024. We'll see what it means for the results.
Maybe you need to share some of those dad jokes, man. We can tell some of the players that's on their visit, or when we're on the phone with them trying to get them to come on a visit, maybe we tell some of those dad jokes, they'll want to come.
You think that would help reel them in?
I don't know if it would help.
Man, desperate times.
But it's worth trying.
Call for desperate measures.
It's worth trying right now.
Okay.
I mean, you can't ignore what's going on. It's hard to sugarcoat what's going on and what needs to happen. You coach at a place like the University of Tennessee where there's so much passion. There's people that their whole mood hinges on the success of the Tennessee football program. Like, I was talking to someone the other day. He was like, man, I'm in a bad mood. It was on a Saturday. I'm like, dude, it's the weekend. Did you get a nail in your tire? Did your car break down? Are you sick? It's like, no, man, we just missed on the offensive lineman. I mean, whole mood messed up, Josh. Whole mood messed up.
Yeah.
Imagine that person after a loss on Saturdays in the fall. And so people are putting two and two together. Something ain't right. Better get it fixed.
Man, Saturday was 5 days removed from a 35-0 win in the Citrus Bowl.
Josh, you know where we live?
I know. This is Knoxville. This is East Tennessee. I know.
We love some Tennessee athletics.
Yep.
And there's people who love the Tennessee basketball program and very proud of what they were able to do on Saturday. But this is a football town.
You're right.
And everyone knows it. Anytime it's football recruiting, especially with what we saw in the bowl game with Nico doing his thing, and also how he was running for his life at times too. And you just can't have that next year. And, boy, just better get it done. Just better find a way.
To the next offensive lineman that visits Tennessee's campus, or they're trying to get to visit campus, Josh Heupel, Glenn Ellerby, maybe throw this line out. Did you know there's a word spelled wrong in the dictionary?
I know.
It's spelled WRONG.
I'm taking a break.
There's one person covering college football who is not worried right now about Tennessee's offensive line. We'll tell you about it when we come back here on Josh and Swain.
99.1 The Sports Animal is always as close as your phone. Download our Sports Animal app, and we're there 24/7.
The Knoxville Ice Bears are hosting a night the kids will love with the Baby Sharks Baby Races. It's one of the most popular annual events as the Baby Races return to the Coliseum, featuring the fastest babies in East Tennessee. Puck drop is Friday, January 12th at 7:35 at the Civic Coliseum. For tickets or to register your little crawler, call 525-7825 or visit KnoxvilleIceBears.com.
The Knoxville Ice Bears!
Should old acquaintance be forgot and dirty carpets too? Tyler Ivins, I can't carry a tune in a bucket, but I can tell you if you use my name, when you schedule at Zero Res, you can start 2024 off the right way with fresh, fluffy carpets thanks to our friends at Zero Res. You can pick up the telephone and you can give them a ring, 865-816-5250, and when you mention me from the Sports Animal, you're going to get 3 rooms of carpet cleaned and a hallway cleaned for free for just $109. ZeroResKnoxville.com.
Hello, Hello, friends. This is Kevin Frazier with Frazier's Carpet One. With interest rates reaching their highest in 20 years, Frazier's is primed and prepared to help you get those new floors without stress and anxiety. We make it easy with no money down and free financing for 18 months. That's what 70 years and 4 generations of expertise and relationships can do, and we do it to help you. Plus, as always, free in-home estimates, free in-home shopping, and free in-home design consultation. We'll bring the best-selling carpet, hardwood, luxury vinyl tile, and more to you, all with no money down and free financing for up to 18 months. Call Frazier's today at 546-4850 for a free in-home estimate. Everything for the floor from the store you trust more, Frazier's.
If you're suffering and there's a safe, natural, easy-to-use solution to help make you feel better, wouldn't you at least want to try it? That's why millions of people use Navage nasal care to help relieve their symptoms of sinus congestion, allergies, snoring, and other nasal-related problems. I'm Martin Hoke, and I invented Navage to make cleaning your nose easy. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, helping flush out everything that makes you miserable. Nearly 4 million people use Navage to breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier. People like Candace, a verified Navage user who writes, "This is the greatest invention ever made. I truly can't believe the difference and the relief it has made in my sinus problems. Thank you." Unquote. Navage is the safe, drug-free solution you've been looking for. Available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Rite Aid, Target, and Navage.com. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
Johnson, I've been hearing about this internet thing. Anything to it?
Yeah, boss. We had Cumulus Digital design and run our website.
Will an internet help our sales?
Already has. Plus, Cumulus Digital helps us rank high on search engines.
Whoa, one thing at a time, Johnson.
CumulusDigital.com.
I've lost 76 pounds, and I want to brag about it. Hey, what's up? It's Tyler Ivins. You know me. That's right. Brag Weight Loss and Wellness has absolutely been a game changer. Not only have I lost 76 pounds in the beginning, during the pandemic, I put more than half of that weight back on, and I've successfully lost it again, all thanks to Dr. Terry Bragg. And they're so proud to be Strong Science certified, ensuring that you'll lose 40 pounds in just 40 days. And better yet, you'll sustain it. If you're ready to transform your life and brag about it, visit bragweightlossandwellness.com to start your Strong Science certified journey to a healthier you.
Johnson, I've been hearing about this internet thing. Anything to it?
Yeah, boss. We had Cumulus Digital design and run our website.
Will an internet help our sales?
Already has. Plus, Cumulus Digital helps us rank high on search engines.
Whoa, one thing at a time, Johnson.
CumulusDigital.com.
Fair, honest sports conversation from two guys that define credibility. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
Thanks for being with us on Josh and Swain. With you until 3 o'clock. We're on 99.1 The Sports Animal, and starting today, we follow the Eric Ains Show with Brian Rice. From 12 until 3, we'll be on AM 640, the Tri-Cities. We appreciate you listening to us in the Tri-Cities area. If you're streaming the show wherever you might be, or listening on demand, you can always go back and search Josh and Swain anywhere you get your podcasts. Subscribe, download anywhere. Thanks to Beatty Chevrolet. And we invite you to join us. Call or text in at 865-656-9900, talking about Tennessee's search for offensive linemen. We'll get back to that. More texts coming in on the subject. But on the subject of Tennessee's football team and program heading into 2024, which, Swain, I think we both agree is in a good position. There's work to be done, as there is for everybody. Brad Crawford of 24/7 Sports covers the world of college football, has his way too early college football top 25 for 2024. He ranks Georgia number 1. This is before tonight's national title game kicks off, of course. Georgia, Texas, Ole Miss, Alabama, and Michigan, top 5. So he is buying the portal impact on Ole Miss's football team. And then the rest of the top 10. Ohio State is number 6, then Oregon, Missouri, Notre Dame, and Tennessee.
Why's Notre Dame in there?
He's buying the Irish.
Oh, obviously. Why? Okay. Who's at the Notre Dame? Who's at 9?
Notre Dame's number 9, and
Tennessee's at 10.
Tennessee Volunteers are number 10. He has Tennessee as a top 10 football team.
You know, when you smack up on a team that won double-digit games in a bowl game, and you have a lot of players coming back, and you have a guy like Nico, Iamaleava coming back, that's why. I'm cool with it. I understand the reason why. I've been part of that, where you have a lot of guys coming back and you go out and smash an opponent in a bowl game.
10th in the nation is 6th in the SEC in this ranking.
Yep.
Georgia, Texas, Ole Miss, Alabama, the top 4, all SEC teams. And then Missouri at number 8, Tennessee at number 10. 2 spots ahead of Oklahoma, which is the Vols SEC opener. Same goes for Oklahoma against Tennessee. So Oklahoma number 12, 7th in the SEC. LSU number 13, 8th in the SEC.
You just have to be one of the 12, Josh. You gonna
That's the goal.
Yeah, you're not going to catch me up. I'm not going to fall for that 5th in the SEC or 6th in the SEC and me have a problem. Well, I don't have a problem with it. As long as you are one of the 12, just be one of the 12 at the end of the regular season. That's why we're here.
It is a new world, new discussion when you project goals for 2024 and beyond.
Multiple programs. The moment it was announced, and I'm sure those programs and coaches knew about this before it was announced, the 2024 season was going to a 12-team playoff. What are you doing today to ensure that you are one of the 12? So for the last 2 years, what have you done on a consistent basis to make sure that you are prepared, your roster's prepared, your coaching staff is ready, everything's in place for you to go make a run and be one of the 12? And if you are not prepared to do that, that means in the last 2 years, something went wrong. Something went wrong. Like a teacher, they can tell who did study for the test by the test scores. Like you can't go up to the teacher the day after you got your test score and go, Mrs. Ward, I promise I studied. Son, you made it 32 in your test. You didn't study. Oh, I promise I was studying all night. Son, you in the 30s. Like, if we double that, that's still an F. You didn't study. So you know who studied and who didn't. You know who prepared and who didn't. You know. And so we'll know the teams around college football who was prepared to make a run this year, who wasn't. Is your staff ready to go? Is your roster ready to go? Is everything put in place? Is your leadership above the head coach? Is it in place for you to make a run? Test time coming. It ain't right now, but test time is around the corner. 2024 season.
What do you think about Brad Crawford ranking Ole Miss number 3? This is for the 2024
Brad can go sit
season.
down somewhere with that. He can go sit down with that. 3? Come on, Brad.
That would get you into the old school playoff.
No. Mm-mm. Not 3.
It's a bit much this point.
Way too much.
Okay.
It's way too much. I put Ole Miss ahead of us. I'm cool with that. But 3? Nah, man. Mm-mm. That's too high.
1 spot ahead of Alabama.
Really?
2 spots ahead of Michigan, who, in fairness, we don't know who their coach is going to be next year.
But in front of Alabama?
Yeah.
When has Lane Kiffin been in front of Alabama? He ain't beat him yet.
He hasn't yet.
He ain't out-recruited him, ain't beat him yet. Hasn't come within 3 touchdowns. But we have him 3? No. Mm-mm. I need to see Ole Miss play and beat somebody this season before we believe all that stuff. Mm-mm.
And then Missouri, the SEC team, directly ahead of Tennessee, 2 spots ahead of Tennessee in this ranking. Missouri's kind of just hanging out there, trying to build off a successful 2023 season.
Yeah, I don't think Mizzou's going anywhere. I don't think they're going to have a steep drop-off. I mean, they'll be competitive. They obviously have established a culture. Those players have bought into what Eli Drinkwitz is saying to them. They'll be players. I think Drinkwitz is good for college football. Him and Harbaugh and Kiffin.
Yeah.
Characters, man. Entertaining.
You got to have difference. Yeah.
Gotta have. And there's a thought, by Peter Burns, ESPN. He kind of wants Michigan to lose in a close one, so that way Harbaugh has to stay, because college football is better with Harbaugh in it. I don't really care if he goes or stays.
I do think college football is more interesting with Harbaugh around, but I don't know if tonight does matter for him.
You think he's gone regardless?
I lean that way. I think he's gone if he finds the spot he wants to go.
Yeah, Michigan does not mind being the backup. Like, you ask somebody to prom, and they say no, and everyone knows you ask that person first, and then you ask the other person, which is obviously your backup. How's that person supposed to feel? No, you're supposed to ask me first if you really want to go with me. And Michigan is like the second person.
Yeah.
Like, Harbaugh wants to go to the NFL, but he gets told no. He's like, all right, Michigan, I'll pick you up at 7.
I'll keep coaching you.
I'll pick you up at 7. We'll go over here and get a little buffet at CC or something before prom. Come on.
You really splurged for prom there, didn't you, Swain?
Hey, man. You're the best.
To clarify, we were asked in the text box, is it just top 12 for the playoff? I thought there were going to be automatic bids. There will be automatic bids, but you're essentially trying to be a top 12 team.
Just get in.
Yeah. You never know year in, year out where teams exactly will be, but yes, essentially a top 12 team.
Yeah. All the work you've done to go out and get Nico, you can't let it go to waste because you didn't take care of business around him, especially on offense.
Yep.
It means one thing defensively to be a little bit short. That's what Hendon covered up. Oh, he's not that good defensively. Who cares? We're going to drop 50 anyways. And that's what we almost did. Like, we averaged, 48 points a game? Somewhere around there?
North of 46.
Yeah, so, you did that with Hendon. I don't know if you want to do that with Nico, who will be a first-year starter. Hendon was dang near 30. He was experienced. Physically, he was developed. It's a little bit different. But you can't have any holes on offense the same side of the ball where Nico plays, especially on the offensive line.
A week ago, there were some holes for the opposing defense against Tennessee's offensive line. It has to be better in 2024. Everybody agrees with that, right?
I think I understand why my man was having a bad day on Saturday. I'm starting to figure it out.
You're starting to have a bad afternoon.
I'm starting to figure out why he felt the way he felt.
Richard asking, is Missouri drinking the Kool-Aid? That's where we are. We were also asked this, so the Tennessee Ole Miss, Heupel, Kiffin conversation continues. Do you think Heupel keeps close tabs on his players, unlike Kiffin?
What you mean?
I don't know. I mean, Ole Miss hasn't had issues, really, have they?
What you mean, like a tracking device or something?
I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Overbearing parent or boyfriend or something? What are we talking about?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, the answer is yes, by the way.
He does?
Every coach keeps tabs with their players.
Well, right. But, he says, unlike Kiffin.
Kiffin keeps tabs on his players.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't, then, that's why you hire people to do it. Like, you make sure you check in on guys and keep an eye on guys. Yeah. Every coach does.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm not aware in the last few years of any real issues at Ole Miss with individual players. In fact, there was a player who wasn't coming in and didn't work out for him because he was not coming in.
Yeah,
as the audio tape showed.
Yeah, I haven't heard.
So I don't know anything about Kiffin not keeping tabs. I'd say all coaches in a paranoid world are.
I'll say this, man. NIL, as predicted, NIL has made these college athletes stay out of trouble off the field, off the court, because it's going to mess up their money.
Yeah, there are going to be exceptions, but by rule, I think a lot of players recognize I have more than just playing time or even a scholarship to lose here.
I think if we go look at all the arrests in the SEC for the last calendar year, I bet it's less than the previous, and the previous, and the previous. I bet we can say that.
Help me with this conspiracy theory. I always love a good one, especially in college football. The playoff committee knew the Pac-12 would dissolve.
No.
That's why there are only 4 bye spots. I think there are 4 byes because that's how the math works out. Top 4 get a bye so that 5 can play 12, 6 can play 11, 7, 10, 8, 9, right? I think it's just a math
You
thing.
didn't have to finish.
You knew how it would go?
Yeah, no, I'm not buying that one.
Okay.
No, I'm not buying that one.
Keep the conspiracies coming, the dad jokes rolling in, and we'll continue with the Tennessee conversation here on Josh and Swain and invite you to be a part of it. 90 minutes to go this afternoon, 865-656-9900 to join by calling or texting as we continue on Josh and Swain.
I'm Tennessee head football coach Josh Heupel. You get all your Ball Network programming on 99.1 The Sports Animal. 13 hours of live and local Tennessee coverage every weekday. When it comes to game day, the Animal is championship level in breaking down the action. Get your Tennessee football coverage where you get insight unlike any other. No one covers the Balls like 99.1 The Sports Animal.
The great thing about sports is it never stops. Here's another 60-second sports minute on the Sports Animal.
The college football season concludes tonight with the College Football Playoff National Championship as number 1 Michigan takes on number 2 Washington. Both teams are 14-0 on the season, coming off close semifinal wins in the College Football Playoff a week ago. Kickoff tonight is at 7:30. The NFL playoffs are officially set after the conclusion of the regular season yesterday. The playoffs begin on Saturday with the wild card round. In the AFC, the Browns take on the Texans. The Chiefs host the Dolphins. The Bills will take on the Steelers on Sunday. In the NFC, the Packers visit the Cowboys while the Lions host the Rams on Sunday. The wild card round concludes when the Buccaneers host the Eagles on Monday. NBA games tonight at 7 o'clock. The Hornets host the Bulls. The Celtics visit the Pacers. Wizards take on the Thunder. Rockets get the Heat at 7:30. Bucks host the Jazz at 8. And the Clippers take on the Suns at 10:30. Have a good afternoon. I'm Joel Silverbird.
Hey, it's Josh. I want to tell you about Wilson Brothers Plumbing, which we have used at my house multiple times. If you need help at your home, if you need help with your business, you can get in touch with Wilson Brothers Plumbing. And when you do, they can help you with whatever situation you have going on. If you have a problem, if you are not sure what's going on and you need somebody to come out and check on it, Wilson Brothers Plumbing can do that for you. If you have a problem that needs to be fixed, Wilson Brothers Plumbing will be upfront with you on what's going on and what it will cost if you need a problem to be fixed. Or if you're planning a project, any size project, commercial, new construction, again, residential, get in touch with Wilson Brothers Plumbing and they can help. Committed to craftsmanship and providing great customer service each and every time. We had that same experience when Wilson Brothers Plumbing came out to my home. That's who we call if we run into an issue. Call Wilson Brothers Plumbing at 865-415-1537. You can go online to wilsonbrothersplumbing.com. Wilson Brothers, the proof is in the plumbing.
This has been a paid announcement.
The Knoxville Ice Bears are hosting a night the kids will love with the Baby Sharks Baby Races. It's one of the most popular annual events as the Baby Races return to the Coliseum featuring the fastest babies in East Tennessee. Puck drop is Friday, January 12th at 7:35 at the Civic Coliseum. For tickets or to register your little crawler, call 525-7825 or visit KnoxvilleIceBears.com.
The Knoxville Ice Bears! Ice Bears!
The Knoxville Ice Bears are hosting Mascot Mania Saturday, January 13th at 7:35 at the Civic Coliseum. The Ice Bears are throwing a party for all of Chili Bear's friends. Come see the fun as the Ice Bears mascot gets together with other mascots from around East Tennessee. Mascot Mania Saturday, January 13th at 7:35 at the Civic Coliseum. For tickets, call 525-7825 or visit KnoxvilleIceBears.com.
The Knoxville Ice Bears!
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Should all the acquaintance be forgot and dirty carpets too? Tyler Ivins, I can't carry a tune in a bucket, but I can tell you if you use my name, when you schedule at Zero Res, you can start 2024 off the right way with fresh, fluffy carpets thanks to our friends at Zero Res. You can pick up the telephone and you can give them a ring, 865-816-5250, and when you mention me from the Sports Animal, you're going to get 3 rooms of carpet cleaned and a hallway cleaned for free for just $109. ZeroResKnoxville.com.
Join 99.1 The Sports Animal this Sunday morning at 10 a.m. for the NFL Report. John Wilkerson and a rotating group of the Sports Animal staff discuss the games, players, trades, and injuries that make the NFL the most popular pro sport in the country. For over 20 years, the NFL Report is the place to start your pro football Sunday. This week, join the NFL Report at Bullfish Grill, 2441 Parkway in Pigeon Forge.
This report is sponsored by Tire Rack. Nearly 3,000 teen drivers die in car crashes each year. Tire Rack Street Survival is designed to save lives. The one-day hands-on driving school gives teens experience in car control through exercises that include emergency braking and skid recovery. Find a class near you at TireRack.com/survive.
Clouds on and off throughout the day today. Overall, though, seeing that sunshine. Highs expected to get near 52 degrees. Pretty mild, dropping near 40 overnight. Bringing in that rain, and our WVLT First Alert weather day begins Tuesday morning due to a messy morning commute. From the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Paige Noel.
I've heard it said that streaming The Sports Animal has replaced the old wanna Netflix and chill. Well, it was me that said that, but I've heard it said. I do spend most evenings alone now that I think about it. The hottest sports stories of the day broken down to their very core with honest, informed opinions. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
This is Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. 90 minutes to go. Tyler and Will at 3 o'clock. Our first day live on the Sports Monster, AM 640 in the Tri-Cities. We appreciate you having us.
It's good to be here.
Yep. On 99.1, the Sports Animal every day. Everybody streaming, listening on demand. However you're taking in the show, you can watch on YouTube as well. We're on the Sports Animal YouTube page. Subscribe and like when you stop by. We'll get to the phone lines, the text box as well, 865-656-9900. We open talking Tennessee basketball, top 5 team with a blowout win against Ole Miss. We've talked Tennessee's pursuit of offensive linemen in the transfer portal. That is an ongoing conversation. We're going to talk to Richard Hendricks coming up at 2 o'clock with the SEC Network. Played basketball at Alabama, from the state of Alabama. Is the conversation just going to be about your high school hoops ability? I saw a tweet to you were dunking with 2 hands in the 7th grade. Is that right?
Allegedly.
Okay.
But
because, by the way, if that were me, that is all we would be talking about for the segment, just to clarify.
Allegedly. Yeah, Richard played at Athens High School, played same class as Wes Brown, former Tennessee defensive end. Athens put out some players, man. Phillip Rivers played there, quarterback, NC State, played in the league for a long time, future Hall of Famer. But he's working with the SEC Network, and he had a really good tweet that I think is worth bringing on and talking about. So we're going to do that and talk about SEC basketball.
In the text box on YouTube, thought Swain was about to bust a move. I'm not the only one with dance skills.
No.
Move when you want to.
I don't move, man. I don't
Groove
dance.
when you want to.
No, I just little shoulder shake, a little shimmy here and there. But I don't dance, man.
Yeah. Keep it in place.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll leave it up to you, man. John Travolta over there.
Let's get Ricky on Josh and Swain. We appreciate you calling in. Appreciate you hanging. Ricky, what's on your mind today?
Hey, good afternoon, fellas. What's on my mind is, do you guys have any information on DJ Jefferson? You know, I thought when he came in that he was very highly recruited, but he's not seemed to be able to get on the court. I know quite some time ago he'd gotten the doghouse over something, but I just wondered if you guys had an update on him.
The update is, if you are the ninth guy in the rotation, you're not playing. I mean, that's how deep and talented this basketball team is. You know, guy that's done everything right has been in the doghouse, and at one point was on a NBA mock draft list, and that's Freddie De Leon, and he hasn't played either. So it's just a really, really tight bench with a lot of guys who are experienced, and so you're just not trusted to go out there and play significant minutes right now.
Tennessee played 8 guys against Ole Miss in a blowout win. None of the freshmen got an opportunity to go in there and play. So that did surprise me. When you're up that much late, I would think that you'd start emptying out the bench. Zakai played 37 minutes.
Yeah, I was surprised too. Yeah, I was surprised.
Well, there's been a few games where they've emptied the bench and DJ's not gotten out there. I just wonder if there was something else going on.
Yeah, I mean, he just wasn't the only guy that didn't play. So that's why I'm not looking at something going on. I'm just looking at, all right, this is the first SEC game, and he kept a tight bench. Now, I would have probably preferred to see some other guys in there after it was a clear blowout and you had 1 or 2 minutes left. But, hey, I'm not complaining.
Yeah, he's seen action in one game against Tennessee Tech, talking about DJ Jefferson.
Right.
Ricky, you're not the first person. We've had a few messages or calls about Jefferson and his role. Maybe because people have heard about his athletic ability, his jumping ability. He had that big dunk when they were overseas. And I think the story Rick Barnes shared with us was that he had just said to Jefferson, all I hear is about your dunking ability. Why don't you show me something? Then he did it, and he turned over and looked at Barnes. So that was the background there. But, yeah, he really hasn't factored in to Tennessee's basketball team yet.
Well, maybe he's just having to wait his turn, but, guys, I appreciate you taking my call.
Thank you.
Ricky, thanks.
Meshack had to wait his time. Meshack, extremely athletic when he first got to campus, but he wasn't ready to get all those minutes. Wasn't ready to get any minutes. And so you have to earn it. And right now, DJ obviously has not done enough to get legit minutes during the course of a basketball game, right in the meat of it. He has to work on that. And guys like Kay Phillips, JP Estrella, they understand the process. I mean, talking to those guys last night in the locker room, they get it. They understand it. Jonas went through that too. There was a time point when Jonas didn't play, a lot and would get yanked. But when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And it takes some guys a little bit longer to mature and for the light to cut on. But you just keep working and buying in and listening and staying coachable, and then it'll click for you. And hopefully it does that for Jefferson before he decides that he want to hit the portal or go somewhere else.
Speaking of, you mentioned Jemai Meshack. He played about 23 minutes the other night, so close to starters minutes, had a big impact. He has been terrific defensively. But after the game, Joel, if we can hear from Rick Barnes talking about Jemai Meshack, Wes Rucker asked the question, hey, we're in the transfer portal era, guys that have a big opportunity. If they're not getting it with their team, they can find it elsewhere. Why do you think Jemai has stuck around and continued to fight for more playing time and developing within the program? Here's what Rick Barnes said about Jemai Meshack.
Well, I think it's a real compliment to his family and who he is. I mean, he's a fighter. He always has been, and they've never wanted him to have something he didn't earn. He came here with, and he's learned a lot. And again, I think he's going to, if he will just continue to understand the game and truly understand what God has gifted him with an incredible ability to defend. And he competes. I mean, and those are talents, hard work, competing, all that's talent. And a work ethic. I mean, that's a talent. It really is. But you go back and you look at our team, and again, you guys have watched us practice. I mean, those older guys pretty much bring that every day. And but I think it goes back to his family. They never asked for anything other than for him to have a chance and to get better and coach him hard and help him improve, and he's doing it.
Rick Barnes talking about Jemai Meshack and also about the culture of Tennessee basketball, Jemai Meshack being a representative of that.
You media people, man, y'all are real slick. You know that?
We are? Is that what you said?
Yeah, you media people. Wes Rucker.
You, me, and the others?
Wes Rucker heard Rick Barnes talk about how hard it was to give compliments. That sounded like a bunch of damn compliments to me. That Wes Rucker, man, that's how you do it right there. That's called journalism right there. That was a good question right
Challenge to see what they're made of.
Man, that was nothing but compliments.
Grant Ramey said, no, really?
Complimenting everybody. Mama, daddy, Jamal himself. Rick said he can't give compliments. It's a lot of compliments if you ask me.
He does. You just have to earn them. You got to earn them from Rick Barnes. And Jemai was there at Second Harvest Food Bank several weeks ago, and it was Double Your Donation Day, and he was a part of the announcement when they hit the goal that evening. And they told us earlier in the day that, hey, Jemai's going to be coming out. He helped, I believe, with a contribution. Again, another example of we talk about NIL and athletes being able to make money, and all we talk about is money they make, and we don't talk often enough, in my opinion, about how they give back or what they do with it in a positive way, and that would be an example. But we shared that on social media, as others did as well. And Jemai's mom sent us a message and said that meant a lot to him to be a part of that, and to the family that he is a part of not just what they're doing with Tennessee basketball, but the community and the connection with people in East Tennessee. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, the truth is, man, when you give, it comes back tenfold. Like, it may not come back tomorrow, but it comes back. It comes back to you. So I love what the NIL has been able to allow student athletes to do and be able to participate and lock in and engage with some of the charities that mean a lot to them. I mean, there's a lot of players who play collegiate sports that had to overcome adversities, whether they were homeless or a single parent or grew up not having food, and so they want to make sure that someone like them doesn't experience the same thing they experienced growing up. So that's a really good thing about NIL.
Big win for Tennessee. The Tennessee basketball team in very good shape. The program in very good shape as well. We continue here on Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. Call or text in 865-656-9900 with you until 3 o'clock as we continue on both 99.1 The Sports Animal and AM 640 The Sports Monster.
The Knoxville Ice Bears are hosting a night the kids will love with the Baby Sharks Baby Races. It's one of the most popular annual events as the Baby Races return to the Coliseum, featuring the fastest babies in East Tennessee. Puck drop is Friday, January 12th at 7:35 at the Civic Coliseum. For tickets or to register your little crawler, call 525-7825 or visit KnoxvilleIceBears.com.
The Knoxville Ice Bears! Ice Bears!
The Knoxville Ice Bears are hosting Mascot Mania Saturday, January 13th at 7:35 at the Civic Coliseum. The Ice Bears are throwing a party for all of Chili Bears' friends. Come see the fun as the Ice Bears mascot gets together with other mascots from around East Tennessee. Mascot Mania Saturday, January 13th at 7:35 at the Civic Coliseum. For tickets, call 525-7825 or visit KnoxvilleIceBears.com.
The Knoxville Ice Bears!
They say that good fences make good neighbors, and when it comes to your privacy, Loudoun County Fence is the fencing company East Tennesseans have trusted for over 50 years. Your fence should be durable and stylish. Visit their website at lcfence.com and view all of their great options, from wood privacy to ornamental aluminum fencing. Loudoun County Fence is a family-owned and operated company with over 50 years of experience installing quality fencing in and around Knoxville. They're fully licensed and insured, and their workmanship is guaranteed. For your free estimate, visit lcfence.com.
For 50 years, Waters Equipment New Holland has been the name you've trusted for all your heavy equipment and service needs. Waters Equipment is your full-service New Holland equipment dealer, offering a large selection of new and rental equipment, along with state-of-the-art service center that is second to none. Stop by one of their 2 locations in Maryville and put their decades of experience to work for you. Call 238-9000 or visit watersequipmentco.com. Waters Equipment New Holland, the best in heavy-duty equipment and vehicle maintenance, proud supporters of UT Athletics.
Join 99.1 The Sports Animal this Sunday morning at 10 a.m. for the NFL Report. John Wilkerson and a rotating group of the Sports Animal staff discuss the games, players, trades, and injuries that make the NFL the most popular pro sport in the country. For over 20 years, the NFL Report is the place to start your pro football Sunday. This week, join the NFL Report at Bullfish Grill, 2441 Parkway in Pigeon Forge.
Johnson, I've been hearing about this internet thing. Anything to it?
Yeah, boss. We had Cumulus Digital design and run our website.
Will an internet help our sales?
Already has. Plus, Cumulus Digital helps us rank high on search engines.
Whoa, one thing at a time, Johnson.
CumulusDigital.com. Every day you breathe in thousands of tiny little germs, allergens, and viruses. Don't let these invisible invaders make breathing through your nose impossible. Flush them out with Navage. I'm Martin Hoke, and I invented Navage to make cleaning your nose easy. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, helping flush out everything that makes you miserable. Nearly 4 million people use Navage to breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier. People like Doug, a verified Navage user who writes, I had difficulty for years breathing through my nose. After using Navage, my whole breathing has changed. My sinuses don't hurt, and no more stuffy nose. It's an amazing product. Unquote. If you suffer from sinus congestion, allergies, or snoring, then Navage is the safe, drug-free solution you've been looking for. Navage is at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, and Navage.com. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
Josh and Swain is brought to you by McKeon Law Group. Whether you're facing divorce, injury, or any legal strife has come your way, there's one call to make to Jed McKeon and the McKeon Law Group, 294-8008 and attorney-knoxville.com. When special guests call in to 99.1 The Sports Animal, you hear them on the Stanley Fencing and Gates hotline, stanleyfence.com.
From the Budweiser studios of The Sports Animal, we are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Josh and Swain, thanks for being with us. In about 10 minutes, we'll talk to Richard Hendricks, college basketball analyst for the SEC Network. Talk some hoops. We'll talk Swain's hoop skills and also big picture topic with college athletics that has come up here in the transfer portal window of college football.
I don't have any skills.
Had skills you had, perhaps.
Allegedly.
The Tri-Cities and all sports animal listeners, I would add to it, have some skills. We asked at the beginning of the show, okay, we're on the Tri-Cities now, live each day along with the sports animal. How about some jokes? I'm out of them. So do you have any? Mickey in Jefferson City messaged in honor of Tampa Bay. How about the Bucks getting into the postseason? How much did the Buccaneer pay for his earrings?
How much?
$2 a Buccaneer.
Okay. All right. Okay. Not bad. You're not knee slapping over there, Josh.
No, I'm not. I think I could have delivered better. That one was on me some. But that's good. There are several pirate jokes out there that are pretty good.
Bring them on. Why not? I know you want them, so you can steal them and try to impress your wife at the dinner table and your kids.
Keep the kids entertained. Yep. That is the only goal. And restrained. Tim saying Meshack has really improved his shot. He's going to be a big-time player for the Vols.
Yep.
And also Wes Brown, his neighbor. So a couple connections there. Appreciate Wes. That's in the YouTube chat where you can watch as well.
Yeah, Wes lives in Middle Tennessee or somewhere, that area, a little bit north of Huntsville in Tennessee. That's what I know for sure.
Did we go 0 for 3 on the offensive line targets this weekend? So it looks like Diego Pounds to Ole Miss.
That's 0 for 2.
Kansas's offensive lineman would be the other one. He's headed to Texas A&M. Lance Hurd has not done anything that I'm aware of. So I've not seen any report that says Tennessee's the favorite here. Ole Miss has been connected. Oklahoma is pursuing Lance Hurd from LSU. So Tennessee has not missed on him yet. Seth McLaughlin from Alabama committed to Ohio State. We talked about him on the show. I never saw a report that he was considering Tennessee, but he did go to Alcoa Middle School, as was brought up to us during the show last week when he announced he was entering the transfer portal. So Alabama starting center who can also play guard, which Tennessee has a need for, committed to Ohio State during the weekend. So that's not technically a miss because they weren't in it, but that doesn't make anybody feel better either.
No. Nope. Guaranteed starting job. Paying you with benefits. That's the ad right there in the paper.
And Tennessee's not coming cheap with its offer.
There's no way. There's no way you can, because you have a big-time need and everyone knows it. Like, everyone knows you need offensive linemen, and because of that, you're going to have to pay for it.
And really, there was an advertisement done when Gerald Mincy entered the transfer portal. Like, oh, okay. There's a spot open. So the need is there. It is a must. We have described it as on this show, and others have as well, I know. It's a must to go get some offensive line help for 2024.
I mean, does our cologne stink or something, or what's going on? Oh well, there's time to figure it out. There's time. I just don't know if you're gonna find another herd in there.
If you come out of this window and you go through spring and you're hoping later on to find some help, margin for error, the opportunity, slim out there.
Very
So
slim.
The issue is pressing right now. Percy Lewis at Mississippi State, somebody to pay attention to as Tennessee looks at its own offensive line board. We will come back. Hour number 3 of Josh and Swain coming up. We'll talk to SEC Network analyst Richard Hendricks here on Josh and Swain.
Join 99.1 The Sports Animal this Sunday morning at 10 a.m. for the NFL Report. John Wilkerson and a rotating group of the Sports Animal staff discuss the games, players, trades, and injuries that make the NFL the most popular pro sport in the country. For over 20 years, the NFL Report is the place to start your pro football Sunday. This week, join the NFL Report at Bullfish Grill, 2441 Parkway in Pigeon Forge.
Hey, this is Josh. I want to tell you about SlamDot. If you have a business that you are looking to grow, if you are looking for ways to reach new customers, to expand your reach, SlamDot can help with that. They can help by designing a website for you. They can help with designing a digital marketing plan, ways to reach people online. That can include setting up and improving your search engine optimization, SEO. When somebody searches for a product or service that you provide, they will be more likely to find you thanks to the work from SlamDot. They can help with social media management. That's not going away. That's only going to grow. Help them set that up for you. And different businesses have different needs. You might have a different budget than the next customer or the previous customer that got in touch. Go through a free consultation up front when you call SlamDot. When you mention my name when you call SlamDot, get 20% off a website package in your first 3 months of marketing. Call SlamDot at 865-238-5600. You can go online to slamdot.com/Josh.
This has been a paid announcement.
For 50 years, Waters Equipment New Holland has been the name you've trusted for all your heavy equipment and service needs. Waters Equipment is your full-service New Holland equipment dealer, offering a large selection of new and rental equipment, along with state-of-the-art service center that is second to none. Stop by one of their 2 locations in Maryville and put their decades of experience to work for you. Call 238-9000 or visit watersequipmentco.com. Waters Equipment New Holland, the best in heavy-duty equipment and vehicle maintenance, proud supporters of UT Athletics.
The Knoxville Ice Bears are hosting a night the kids will love with the Baby Sharks Baby Races. It's one of the most popular annual events as the Baby Races return to the Coliseum, featuring the fastest babies in East Tennessee. Puck drop is Friday, January 12th at 7:35 at the Civic Coliseum. For tickets or to register your little crawler, call 525-7825 or visit KnoxvilleIceBears.com.
The Knoxville Ice Bears! Ice Bears!
The Knoxville Ice Bears are hosting Mascot Mania Saturday, January 13th at 7:35 at the Civic Coliseum. The Ice Bears are throwing a party for all of Chili Bear's friends. Come see the fun as the Ice Bears mascot gets together with other mascots from around East Tennessee. Mascot Mania Saturday, January 13th at 7:35 at the Civic Coliseum. For tickets, call 525-7825 or visit KnoxvilleIceBears.com.
The Knoxville Ice Bears!
Every day you breathe in thousands of tiny little germs, allergens, and viruses. Don't let these invisible invaders make breathing through your nose impossible. Flush them out with Navage. I'm Martin Hoke, and I invented Navage to make cleaning your nose easy. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, helping flush out everything that makes you miserable. Nearly 4 million people use Navage to breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier. People like Doug, a verified Navage user who writes, I had difficulty for years breathing through my nose. After using Navage, my whole breathing has changed. My sinuses don't hurt, and no more stuffy nose. It's an amazing product. Unquote. If you suffer from sinus congestion, allergies, or snoring, then Navage is the safe, drug-free solution you've been looking for. Navage is at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, and Navage.com. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
This is WNML-FM Friendsville, WNML-AM Knoxville, Cumulus Media Stations, broadcasting worldwide from the Budweiser Studios. We are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
This is Jim Rome with the CBS Sports Minute. Both Arthur Smith and Ron Rivera, a couple of Black Monday firings. Now, I could argue that Arthur Smith never had a quarterback, but apparently the Falcons couldn't wait another second for Black Monday morning because they announced the news that they were moving on from Art Smith at 12:02 a.m. local time in the ATL. Cold-blooded. I'm Jim Rome.
Wendy's new breakfast 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles let you create your own delicious combo. Choose from a sausage biscuit, egg and cheese biscuit, small seasoned potatoes, and a medium hot coffee. But it's obvious which combo's the best. Sausage biscuit and small seasoned potatoes. Well, maybe it's the fresh cracked egg and cheese biscuit with a medium hot coffee. Or 2 savory sausage biscuits. Whichever you pick, you can't go wrong. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Not valid in a combo. Single item at regular price.
Paid actor per trail.
Life can be so unpredictable. After losing my dad, it made me think about my family if something were to happen to me. I had heard about life insurance through Ethos and how easy it was to get coverage. They were right. In 10 minutes, I was covered. And boom, family protected.
Ethos fast and easy online term life insurance up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
Josh and Swain is brought to you by McKeon Law Group. Rebuild your family, regain your freedom, renew your life. Call Jed McKeon and the McKeon Law Group, 294-8008 and attorney-knoxville.com.
Hour number 3 of Josh and Swain is here. Thank you for being with us. We have 1 hour to go. Tyler and Will take over coming up at 3 o'clock on 99.1 The Sports Animal. We say hello to everybody listening on AM 640 in the Tri-Cities, The Sports Monster. We're excited to be with you each day as well, live on The Sports Animal, The Sports Monster, wherever you stream. That's listening, and if you'd like to watch, we're on YouTube today. Stop by the Sports Animal YouTube page. And we go to the Stanley Fencing Gates hotline right now to welcome to the show a college basketball analyst with the SEC Network, former SEC basketball player himself as well at Alabama. Richard Hendricks joins us. Richard, we appreciate you taking time to join us. I only had one reservation about you coming on the show, and that was that you tweeted to Swain just a few days ago you wanted to come on, but you also would talk about how Swain was the first 7th grader you ever saw dunk with 2 hands. And I thought, oh, boy, here we go with Swain's head. Here we go.
Oh, I'm sure he'd like to hear that. But, hey, I'm not lying. I'm serious. Like, I probably was playing AAU basketball. I was about in the 5th grade maybe. He might have been in the 7th or 8th grade because he's a couple years older than me. We were playing a tournament at J.O. Johnson High School in Huntsville, Alabama. And I'm sitting on the baseline. The tip starts from the opening tip. He gets the ball, sprints ahead, goes up, dunks it with 2 hands. I'm sitting there, I'm talking to my dad. I'm like, oh, my goodness. And he's telling me, like, listen, it's a whole other level. You're going to have to work on your game. Somebody told me he's only in the 7th or 8th grade. I could not believe it, but I really saw it with my own two eyes. So if he's been telling you something that you don't want to believe, I'm here to tell you it was true. You talk about a big-time athlete. So I would have liked him see him do a little bit more on the basketball, but he went out there and did his thing with football.
Man. Throwing back memories right there, Richard, man. I wish I'd have played longer.
I know you remember it.
Yeah, man. That's memories right there. We had some ballers from North Alabama. Jordan Howell, who played here at Tennessee. Had some really good players from the area.
He did. A lot of really good players. A lot of players from like you mentioned, from North Alabama were going to Tennessee at that particular time. But, yeah, that's definitely a good time for high school sports in Alabama at that particular period.
Well, you went to Athens High School and classmates with Wes Brown, former Tennessee defensive lineman. When I was a senior in high school, I played against Athens and played against Phillip Rivers, who played quarterback, who played safety. But what's the biggest memory that stands out about Wes Brown's time at Athens?
Well, Athens is kind of a small town in North Alabama, and, we all grew up with each other. Everybody played pretty much every sport, and, Wes and I always played baseball and football up until we got to the high school, and then he kind of focused on football, and I focused on basketball. But, he was a left-hander when he was pitching and hitting, and I'm talking about he could hit some line drives. Me and him were always leading the league, and another fella hitting home runs in Little League baseball. But, talk about a really good guy and a force on the field, and he was on the other side when we both played defensive end in middle school and things like that. But a really good player who had a really good career moving in college.
Richard Hendricks is with us, former college basketball player, now analyst with the SEC Network. And it's also a different time in college sports, right? Especially in college football and college basketball with the NIL and transfer portal era, which has started up here in the last couple of years. And it's created different conversations, especially the other day. This was one reason we wanted to have you on. Quinshon Judkins, a very talented player at Ole Miss, but he's moving on at running back. He's going to see what kind of opportunity he has. And we were talking about on our radio show last week, okay, what about long term? Do you think about legacy, impact you can make at a school where you were there for 2, 3, 4 years? What do you think about this discussion? Is some players elect to stay, some players elect to move on and see what they can find over a 1 to 2 year period?
I mean, I'm not a big fan of it. I mean, personally, I understand players want to have their own agency and do whatever that they want to do that they feel like is best. But if I was to speak to a young player, and this is coming from a guy who played professional basketball for 13 years and played for about 12 different teams. And many times you do want to have some type of connection to one particular team and to one particular fan base. I've seen so many people that I played with who might not have been better players at a particular time in their career, but because they had a little bit longer period with one particular place, they are viewed as better as the times move forward. So when you talk about legacy is concerned, and with Judkins, I mean, he's done a great job at Ole Miss, and you want to get into the transfer portal, may it be for NIL opportunities or maybe exposure to do something else to move to the next level. But when it's all said and done, and you're 10, 15 years down, people want to remember what jersey you had and who you competed for, and they want to have a lot of long-term memories. And a lot of times when you're playing for 2 and 3 different schools, that kind of stuff gets mixed up a little bit. And you kind of want to have affiliation with one particular group, because when you're meeting with your buddies and you're talking with them 15, 20 years down the road, those memories are something that are just going to stay with you forever. And it's really hard to have that when you're bouncing around from team to team.
Yeah, like guys may move from one school to another for, let's say, an extra $300,000. But you're probably going to make that up plus some when you're able to go back to the town or the city where you played college football for 4 years. And if you kept your nose clean and if you was a really good player, you have opportunities that exceed $300,000. Easy.
Oh, easily. I mean, listen, I understand people don't see the short-term view over the long-term view, and you might see it as that you're going to be, this is a big-time opportunity to make money easily and quickly right there in front of you. But how long does $300,000 particularly last you for a lifetime? When you talk about all of the things that you have to do, the whole goal is that you want to have to get more paychecks for a longer period of time. And just as you know, like most professional athletes or anyone who's making a lot of money, the first paycheck a lot of times gets blown through anyway. So you want to talk about putting yourself in a position to continue to make the checks and continue to have something going in, and not just have, if it's not just a financial situation, but the human capital, the relationships that are going to last longer and longer. Because when people are making decisions for you that are merely transactional, they don't have a lot of loyalty for you. So you're going to these other schools and doing certain things, and if you don't perform the way that they want to see, then, they're going to forget about you really quickly.
Man, it's really good points, man. I'm trying to get over the fact that you went to Alabama, Richard. But, you and Tupac, man, you and Reggie Ragland, from the same area.
Oh, yeah.
Went to Alabama. Y'all did some really good things down there. You're making so much sense, man. That's why I wanted to bring you on. What's been your opinion of SEC basketball so far? This past weekend was the weekend opener. Who are some of the real contenders in your mind?
Well, I do think that it's wide open this year. I look at teams, and I don't know if I see one particular team that has shown this consistent level of dominance in the non-conference play to show that they can be the class of the conference. But I will say that it looks like after the first game, Tennessee and Auburn and Kentucky, seem to be the teams that have a chance to kind of lead it. But it's wide open. Tennessee, with their defense, the way that they came out and played against an undefeated Ole Miss team who ran into a buzzsaw. That was Ole Miss's first game against a quad one team, and they got a tough draw to get on the road to play at Thompson-Boling. But at the same time, Tennessee has a veteran team. Players have been there and have experienced in the NCAA and the SEC tournament. They have balance. They play hard defensively, and they're starting to show a little bit better offensive chemistry amongst each other. So they're a really good team. Auburn looks really good with Janai Broome in the front line. You can throw it to him in the down low, and he can do some things and demand a double team and score. They have balance, and they have depth, and they can go 9, 10 deep. You don't know where the problem is going to come from when you're playing them. So, and as well as Alabama. Alabama has been played against some really good opponents this year. They didn't come up with the signature win in the non-conference, but they have been battle-tested by playing the tough teams. If they can hit shots from the outside, they, too, are another team that can compete for the SEC. But this is going to be a wide-open year. I don't see someone who is just head and shoulders above the field. So it's just one you're just going to have to sit back and watch.
Richard Hendricks is with us, SEC Network basketball analyst. How do you think that conversation with the SEC expands out to the national conversation once we get to the NCAA tournament? The strength of the league, how do you think that could play into those teams' attempt to make a run in the NCAA?
Well, I hate that many teams in the SEC did not get a signature win in the non-conference against some of the other power teams, but they did play against some of the top opponents. You talk about playing against Purdue and Arizona, and I think there were games against North Carolina. Arkansas picked up a win against Duke. So they played some signature matchups, and there were only few wins for the conference. But at the same time, this is also the time period, like you mentioned, about the transfer portal, NIL, and you got a lot of new roster formation. Teams join together. It's a little bit of time to develop some chemistry. Now, many of the teams in the league are very, very talented, and I think as they continue to grow and their rosters get better and better, you have to try to form something to get something going so you can see if you can compete on those 3 weekends in March. And this is a year the SEC really is going to have to improve, and hopefully they can make a push to try to get a team back to the Final Four and hopefully win a national championship.
Do you have an early SEC player of the year?
Oh, wow. I do say
someone to watch, someone to keep tabs on.
Oh, several players to watch. I think if you want to go with the favorite, you go with Texas A&M and Wade Taylor IV. He is probably the most complete guard when you look at what he can do in the league. I mean, he can score on the inside, he can score on the outside, he can create. Now, unfortunately for him, Tyrese Radford has been injured for a lot of the year, and that's his other backcourt mate. He's back on the court now and starting to play really good basketball. When he has him together, then they really can start to do some things and play really well. But you have to give him a look from a guard play. Mark Sears at Alabama is doing some really good things, shooting the ball well from the outside, almost 45% from 3, 53% from 2, and leading the conference in scoring. So if you look in the front court and the back court, those two guards have to lead the way. Janai Broome is a force at Auburn who's really doing a lot of really good things. So there's a lot of players you have to look at. I wish I could throw you a Tennessee Vol out there, but I don't know. I think they have a balanced team. But it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and Zakai Ziegler's a guy that kind of makes Tennessee go right at the point guard position. He had a double-double against Ole Miss. What do you think about the way he's playing, at least so far? He's come back from the torn ACL last season, and the impact he can make on what Tennessee's going to try to do over the next 2+ months.
Fearless. I mean, you talk about he's a two-way player. Because, he's able to pressure the ball defensively and really disrupt the game. But you talked about in the last game, he was really, really fearless in getting up, outside attempts, shooting, almost 11 three-pointers in that particular game. And then not only the 10 assists, but, 5 rebounds as well. So you got a guy who's playing the point, who's able to kind of, get his team organized, which he does a really good job of making sure he's running the show. If they need to play up tempo, they can do that. If he needs to slow it down, he puts people where they need to be. But defensively, he sets the tone because he always gets in front of the guy and really starts that defense going. So just a dynamic player. And if you can see him getting back to strength after the torn ACL, the confidence that was shown in the opener against Ole Miss in SEC play shows that he's back. So he's a really strong player and definitely one of the better guards in the league.
Should be a fun season ahead with SEC play just opening up this past weekend. Richard Hendricks, former player at Alabama, now analyst with the SEC Network. Great stuff today, Richard. We appreciate you taking time to join us to talk about some big picture stuff in college athletics and then SEC basketball as well. Hopefully we can do it again sometime soon.
Yeah, proud of you, man.
Yeah. All right. Thank you all for having me. All right.
Richard Hendricks joining us on the Stanley Fencing and Gates Hotline. That was good.
At the end of the day, he's still a 256 boy, so you got to show love to the 256 guys.
Tennessee, Vols, and Alabama Crimson Tide athletes can still get along. I think that's wonderful to see.
I think when you look at players from the same area as you, it doesn't matter where they go. As long as they're able to get out and pursue their dreams and, in Richard's case, be able to pursue a career post-basketball, post-football, and be really good at it. And so you can tell that Richard is really good at it. So I'm happy for him, man.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, I'm happy for him.
In the studio the other day, Ron Slay, who's doing great, he was in there with Patrick Young, former Gator. Slay doesn't like the Gators. They got along there in the studio together, along with Darinoka.
Yeah. I mean, at this stage, you respect guys that do the job the right way.
Sure.
And Patrick Young does it the right way. Richard Hendricks does it the right way. And it's about putting in that work and being fair and being truthful at the end of the day. And man, that's what matters the most when you finish up playing. It doesn't matter who you play for. You just make sure that you're professional and you do a good job.
We'll keep the conversation moving here on Josh and Swain. You can be a part of it by calling or texting in 865-656-9900. More Tennessee basketball talk, Vols football, offensive line conversation continues. We're with you until 3 o'clock as we continue on Josh and Swain.
Your odds to win 99.1 The Sports Animal's biggest prizes just got better. We now draw one member of our email club, The Jungle, as an instant finalist in contests with a grand prize value over $500. Club members get links to our latest blogs and videos, plus a layout of Sports Animal programming and the biggest sporting events of the weekend. To make sure you receive our weekly Sports Animal emails, visit our website at 991thesportsanimal.com and sign up for The Jungle Email Club.
Hello, friends. This is Kevin Frazier with Frazier's Carpet One. With interest rates reaching their highest in 20 years, Frazier's is primed and prepared to help you get those new floors without stress and anxiety. We make it easy with no money down and free financing for 18 months. That's what 70 years and 4 generations of expertise and relationships can do, and we do it to help you. Plus, as always, free in-home estimates, free in-home shopping, and free in-home design consultation. We'll bring the best-selling carpet, hardwood, luxury vinyl tile, and more to you, all with no money down and free financing for up to 18 months. Call Frazier's today at 546-4850 for a free in-home estimate. Everything for the floor from the store you trust more, Frazier's.
The Knoxville Ice Bears are hosting a night the kids will love with the Baby Sharks Baby Races. It's one of the most popular annual events as the Baby Races return to the Coliseum featuring the fastest babies in East Tennessee. Puck drop is Friday, January 12th at 7:35 at the Civic Coliseum. For tickets or to register your little crawler, call 525-7825 or visit KnoxvilleIceBears.com.
The Knoxville Icemen!
The Knoxville Ice Bears are hosting Mascot Mania Saturday, January 13th at 7:35 at the Civic Coliseum. The Ice Bears are throwing a party for all of Chili Bears' friends. Come see the fun as the Ice Bears mascot gets together with other mascots from around East Tennessee. Mascot Mania Saturday, January 13th at 7:35 at the Civic Coliseum. For tickets, call 525-7825 or visit KnoxvilleIceBears.com.
The Knoxville Icemen!
Join 99.1 The Sports Animal this Sunday morning at 10 a.m. for the NFL Report. John Wilkerson and a rotating group of the Sports Animal staff discuss the games, players, trades, and injuries that make the NFL the most popular pro sport in the country. For over 20 years, the NFL Report is the place to start your pro football Sunday. This week, join the NFL Report at Bullfish Grill, 2441 Parkway in Pigeon Forge.
Imagine listening to live jazz, sipping wine on a charming, spacious patio with friends or loved ones. Perro's Bar and Grill on North Shore Drive in Rocky Hill has that and more. With a great staff, outstanding service, homemade American, Italian, and Greek recipes handed down through generations, Perro's Bar and Grill provides that special dining experience that you want when you get out. They also have a jazz brunch on Sundays, live jazz most Fridays and Saturdays, and they're the home of the world-famous Luther Burger and so much more. Located on North Shore and Rocky Hill, Perro's also caters for businesses or families. Perro's Bar and Grill, a unique dining experience you don't want to miss. This Friday at 9 a.m., go to 991thesportsanimal.com and catch a sweet deal to Perro's Bar and Grill. Sweet deals are your chance to experience some of the finest restaurants and attractions East Tennessee has to offer at unbeatable prices. Don't miss this one to Perro's Bar and Grill, going live Friday morning at 9.
All fact, no fluff. Honest, credible sports information from two guys that know the facts. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
Josh and Swain, thanks for being with us on 99.1 The Sports Animal and AM 640 The Sports Monster. Excited to be with you in the Tri-Cities as Eric Ainge and Brian Rice are each day from 10 to noon. They're, of course, 9 to noon on The Sports Animal. We'll take over at noon on The Sports Monster moving forward. As long as they'll have us, we'll be there. Swain.
Might be our first and last day. We'll see. We'll see, man. We had a Bammer on as a guest on our first day. I don't know, man.
Yep. We've also talked a little Kiffin, a little Ole Miss today, which we were chastised for last week.
People only hear about Kiffin.
Tony texted in, what are they doing at Ole Miss? They're getting everybody, it seems like. Not everybody, but it does seem that way when you follow the transfer portal conversation.
They're active.
Active is
that's probably
correct.
the best word I can describe it.
Yep. Last night, Lane tweeted out 6'6", 350 Shark. And today, word traveled that Diego Pounds, the big offensive lineman from North Carolina who was on Tennessee's radar, is likely headed to Ole Miss.
Just going to rub it in, huh? That's what we're going to do, Lane?
I think that's exactly what he's going to do.
I think that's exactly what he's doing. Hey.
Maybe he could be the next coach of the New Orleans Saints. Rubbed it in yesterday against the Atlanta Falcons.
Jameis Winston, everybody. Hey, when a team decides to make a decision together, you got to roll. You got to roll with the team.
The funny thing about that, we'll get back to Tennessee in a moment, is that so late, Atlanta is down big, so the Saints go into victory formation. They call in a knee so they can run the clock out, and the team decides, no, we want to get one more touchdown. We want to get one for Jamal Williams.
Yeah, who had to pick.
So they line up and they run a trick touchdown play, essentially, because they go into victory formation. That signals to the defense, hey, it's over. Mm-hmm. And then they run it in with Jamal Williams. And the story would read as if he's some guy that's never scored. led the league in touchdowns last year. He hadn't gotten one with the Saints, so they wanted to get him a touchdown. He scored a ton for the Lions last year. He's been in the league for how long now? 6-7 years. So I think they wanted to get one for Jamal. I think they wanted to rub the Falcons' faces in it because those teams hate each other.
Hate each other.
That's college level in a lot of ways, the rivalry with the Saints and the Falcons. So I laughed and laughed as an outsider because Arthur Smith then lets Dennis Allen have it. Dennis Allen didn't make the call. It's quite a show yesterday with Jameis right there at the heart of it. That's the other thing, too. It's the backup quarterback deciding to overrule the head coach. And, yes, the lineman and everybody else was in on it. But if the quarterback says, guys, let's take a knee, you're going to take a knee, right?
Quarterback, Jameis is loved down there.
Yeah.
He's loved and respected down there. So
it's quite a show.
Looking forward to
next year.
First game between those two next year. It's going to be fun.
It will be fun. We invite your calls and texts. 865-656-9900 is how you can join us. We'll keep an eye on the text box as well. Grant texted in, just turned on the radio. What's this about Swain cheering for Kiffin?
Cheering? I don't know about all that. No, that's not the case. That's not going to happen. I cheer for the Vols, and whatever scenario benefits the Vols.
Yeah, that is correct. A lot of people locally cheer against Kiffin. Some still like him, but right now I don't think it's as strong as it was maybe 3 or 4 years ago.
Correct.
Nationally, a lot of people don't have a rooting interest. They will be entertained tuning in to see how it plays out for Kiffin because it could work out great. It might not at Ole Miss. How they get off to, what kind of start they get off to in 2024 will matter. Right now, we go to the phone lines and say hello to Parker. Parker, thank you for calling in. What's on your mind today?
Yes, sir. How y'all doing, Josh and Swain?
What's up?
Great. Hope you are.
Doing good. My question today was I just wanted to get an idea of like what might Josh and Swain do differently in O-line recruiting because I know it's not an NIL problem, and also I have a very similar story to Swain. Y'all were talking about the 256 where he's from. Much like the Vols took Swain out of the 256, I took my former Alabama Alabama fan fiance from the 256 and since converted her to a Vol. So I just thought that was pretty interesting. I recruited her out of the 256 and my father-in-law hates me now. So, but anyways, that's all I have for you guys.
That sounds like you can close.
Yeah.
We need to get you in here.
Parker, that's my answer is get you into the facility and help and have you help with recruiting the offensive lineman.
That's all I got to say. I'm a closer. That's what I do.
That's it.
But, we get married April 27th, so.
Congratulations,
Love
man.
it. Yeah, congratulations.
Smart. Not during football season. Good job.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, Parker,
All
thank
right.
you very much. That's cool. And seriously, with the question, Swain, they've got to get some more guys. They landed a nice class, a well-thought-of offensive line class in recruiting for 2024, but that's also not an immediate help. There's nobody in that class that's expected to come in. Rarely is a freshman expected to come in and play right away in the SEC on the offensive line. The question right now is, how does Tennessee get some players in the transfer portal who can help immediately? The left guard spot is a big question mark. The right tackle spot is wide open with Gerald Mincey entering the transfer portal from Tennessee last week.
There's a lot that comes with coaching in the SEC. And some coaches love it. Some coaches prefer not to because of the pressure and how you really don't have much of a life. Like I remember Mike Gundy used Tennessee several times to get a raise. And I had someone tell me, Mike is never going to leave. Like he's done by like 5, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. He's able to go fishing. I mean, he has a life on top of being a college football coach. And to win at this level in the SEC, you got to recruit at a high level. It's just not about being a good coach. If you're a coach and recruiting's not your thing, it ain't gonna work. Like you have to eat, sleep, and breathe recruiting, because when you don't, it puts pressure on other people. I don't 1000% know how we delegate who recruits who with this staff. I say that because I was recruited by Tennessee's running back coach in Woody McCorvey. My position coach was Pat Washington. So I talked to Woody more than I would talk to Pat. And then I would talk to Coach Former here and there. I don't know if Tennessee right now says, okay, Halsley, you're the quarterback coach, go recruit a quarterback. Ellerby, you offensive line coach, go recruit offensive lineman. Jerry Mack, you running backs coach, go recruit your position. I don't know that. But if that's the case, then Ellerby got some work to do because he's playing catch-up from several other classes that those guys that were part of are not here anymore or not guys that we can count on to step into significant roles this year and be a starter. And so, yeah, there's been a lot of talk surrounding Coach Ellerby, and he got to get it right. And you do have the NIL there that can offer some support and help. But at the end of the day, it's Heupel's responsibility, it's Ellerby's responsibility to go out and address this as soon as possible. Because the longer you wait, the harder it's going to get. And if you enter the season with problems like we entered this past season, remember the Florida game. Remember didn't play. Cooper didn't play early, and that created some issues. And Joe Benton was getting sacked. The offensive flow just wasn't where it needed to be. You can't enter this season again and expect for the fan base to not criticize you. Like, this fan base? I know this fan base. You enter the season and offensive line's an issue. That whole honeymoon with the 11-win season, no one cares about that. No one's going to care. No one's going to care. The same way that when you're a player and you make a play in the first quarter, it's the third quarter now. No one cares about the play you made first quarter. Make the play now. And that's how the fans are looking at this thing. Like, you got a lot of fans that emotionally put a lot into it, physically put a lot into it, financially put a lot into it. They want results. They want a return. And they're not wrong in wanting that.
Not at all. Speaking of, David and Bolivar texted in, Josh, if I wanted to hear about Kiffin, I'd be listening to Ole Miss podcast. My God, you are obsessed.
Hey, man. He's over here taking recruits from us and then hosting our players that hit the portal. It's hard not to talk about them.
It is difficult right now. David, we appreciate you tuning in. We appreciate you being with us wherever, however you're checking out the show today. We have 30 minutes to go, and attaboy to hand out in our next segment with you until 3 on Josh and Swain.
Win yourself a limited edition Sports Animal Game Day towel powered by Food City. Just listen for the when and where. Then wave your Sports Animal Game Day towel cheering on the Vols from Food City, your official supermarket of the Vols. And 99.1 The Sports Animal. The great thing about sports is it never stops. Here's another 60-second sports minute on The Sports Animal.
The college football season concludes tonight with the College Football Playoff National Championship as number 1 Michigan takes on number 2 Washington. Both teams are 14-0 on the season, coming off close semifinal wins in the College Football Playoff a week ago. Kickoff tonight is at 7:30. The NFL playoffs are officially set after the conclusion of the regular season yesterday. The playoffs begin on Saturday with the wild card round. In the AFC, the Browns take on the Texans. The Chiefs host the Dolphins. The Bills will take on the Steelers on Sunday. In the NFC, the Packers visit the Cowboys while the Lions host the Rams on Sunday. The wild card round concludes when the Buccaneers host the Eagles on Monday. NBA games tonight at 7 o'clock. The Hornets host the Bulls. The Celtics visit the Pacers. Wizards take on the Thunder. Rockets get the Heat at 7:30. Bucks host the Jazz at 8. And the Clippers take on the Suns at 10:30. Have a good afternoon. I'm Joel Silverberg.
It's that time. The time for you to start looking for a new vehicle for yourself or maybe your business. Well, Freedom Motors wants the opportunity to help you find that vehicle, that right vehicle for you. It doesn't matter if it's your first time on the lot there on Maynardville Pike or it's your 8th time in a week. Freedom Motors will work with you to find that right vehicle at the right price and the right financing. Freedom Motors uses their power with local credit unions to make sure that you get the best deal possible on that next ride. Freedom Motors on Maynardville Pike and Halls, they have a full selection of cars, trucks, vans, campers, RVs, and power sports vehicles, whatever you need. Every vehicle comes with a 90-day warranty, and your financing is guaranteed. Freedom Motors can bring the vehicle right to you, right to your front door. Check out the selection at Freedom Motors on Maynardville Pike or go online at freedommotorstn.com.
This has been a paid announcement.
Imagine listening to live jazz, sipping wine on a charming, spacious patio with friends or loved ones. Perro's Bar and Grill on North Shore Drive in Rocky Hill has that and more. With a great staff, outstanding service, homemade American, Italian, and Greek recipes handed down through generations, Perro's Bar and Grill provides that special dining experience that you want when you get out. They also have a jazz brunch on Sundays, live jazz most Fridays and Saturdays, and they're the home of the world-famous Luther Burger and so much more. Located on North Shore and Rocky Hill, Perro's also caters for businesses or families. Perro's Bar and Grill, a unique dining experience you don't want to miss. This Friday at 9 a.m., go to 991thesportsanimal.com and catch a sweet deal to Perro's Bar and Grill. Sweet deals are your chance to experience some of the finest restaurants and attractions East Tennessee has to offer at unbeatable prices. Don't miss this one to Perro's Bar and Grill, going live Friday morning at 9.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger. Because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
They say that good fences make good neighbors. And when it comes to your privacy, Loudoun County Fence is the fencing company East Tennesseans have trusted for over 50 years. Your fence should be durable and stylish. Visit their website at lcfence.com and view all of their great options, from wood privacy to ornamental aluminum fencing. Loudoun County Fence is a family-owned and operated company with over 50 years of experience installing quality fencing in and around Knoxville. They're fully licensed and insured, and their workmanship is guaranteed. For your free estimate, visit lcfence.com.
Join 99.1 The Sports Animal this Sunday morning at 10 a.m. for the NFL Report. John Wilkerson and a rotating group of the Sports Animal staff discuss the games, players, trades, and injuries that make the NFL the most popular pro sport in the country. For over 20 years, the NFL Report is the place to start your pro football Sunday. This week, join the NFL Report at Bullfish Grill, 2441 Parkway in Pigeon Forge.
This report is sponsored by Tire Rack. Nearly 3,000 teen drivers die in car crashes each year. Tire Rack Street Survival is designed to save lives. The one-day hands-on driving school gives teens experience in car control through exercises that include emergency braking and skid recovery. Find a class near you at TireRack.com/survive.
It's a really mild afternoon. Get out and enjoy it. We got highs into the lower 50s. We do see the clouds and rain push in overnight. Some heavy rain with that WVLT first alert weather day throughout the morning on Tuesday. Gusty winds moving in as well with highs into the mid to upper 50s on Tuesday. From the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Paige Noel.
This is Coach Josh Heupel. You're listening to Josh and Swain on 99.1, The Sports Animal.
Back on Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. Thanks for all the interaction today. Calls, texts, YouTube chat. You can connect on social media as well at Josh and Swain. We've talked about the offensive line. That's been the focus with the football conversation. We've talked Tennessee basketball with the big win against Ole Miss, 90-64. I like that description, fearless, that Richard Hendricks used at the beginning of the hour talking about Zakai Ziegler. That's both ends of the floor, and that's why he's the player that he is. But shooter would also apply here recently. He's knocked him down from the outside. Hit 9 threes in the last week, 5 of 10, then 4 of 11 the other day against Ole Miss. Had a big shooting performance against NC State. If that is there consistently, the outside shot from Zakai with everything else he's able to do, watch out the rest of the way.
That's why sometimes we go through rough patches in our lives, it forces us to be better in other areas. Zakai tore his ACL, so he couldn't use his leg. But what it did, it forced him to improve his jump shot. And now that his leg is better, he's a better player because he's more of a threat shooting the basketball. I'll give you another example. Dante Stallworth, redshirted 1 year, had hamstring issues, lower extremity issues. But that time allowed him to be able to bench 420 pounds as a wide receiver. So nobody was pressing him up when he was back healthy, and it only made him a more explosive player that secured a top 15 pick when he came out in the 2002 NFL draft. So just because you go through a rough patch doesn't mean that you can't come out better on the other side.
I saw a Dante photo the other day in the memories of the national championship team.
Mm-hmm.
He was rocking the 85 that year. He wasn't playing.
Mm-hmm.
Just a funny look. He wore 4 at Tennessee.
Yeah.
Was in the teens.
Yeah.
Well, he played in the NFL, but there's a big shoulder pads rocking the 85 with the Tennessee Vols in 1998.
Yeah, Gerard Mayo wore the 53. So guys have changed numbers and transformed their game. And that point about Zakai Ziegler, and that's the point that Ron Slay made during the Slay ride about Zakai not being able to run, but it gave him opportunity to work on his game. And Ron himself also had a lower extremity injury, so he knows exactly what that's all about.
Yep, and there is that mental hurdle coming back. It looks like Zakai has jumped over it.
Oh, yeah. Cleared it.
That doesn't seem to be a question watching him play. He looks like he's comfortable. I'm sure there'll still be some hiccups along the way. Again, cold streaks happen. But the attitude that Zakai plays with, he has it.
The cuts and the crossovers back to back in the lane, attacking the defender, that's how you know he's back. The sudden movements, yeah. I don't know who's more fun to watch, Zakai or any one of our players. I think Zakai is box office and must-see TV more than anybody else on the team.
And again, and he's a big part of it, he had 10 assists. The team had 25 assists in the game on 34 made shots.
Yeah, you ain't beating Tennessee if they're doing that.
Good luck.
Because they're not turning the ball over. Yeah. They're making shots. They're going to guard you. Yeah, forget about it. You're not beating Tennessee.
We continue on Josh and Swain. Right now, we hand out today's Attaboy.
You all the great work you've been doing.
I like your style. You remind me of a young me.
Failure is not an option.
That boy is good.
Homes, remind yourself, nobody built like you. You design yourself.
Attaboy. Something we do every day here on Josh and Swain. We honor somebody that's done something good. That can be on the field, on the court, in sports, or away from the field. Today we hand out an Attaboy and Attagirls each day to Native Design, and thanks to Native Design and Hardscape, it goes to Sam Laporta of the Detroit Lions. I hate that he suffered the injury he did after he hit this mark. He is one of the great young players in the league, but he set the NFL record for most receptions in a single season by a rookie tight end. Lions have had a terrific season. They're headed to the playoffs. He did have to leave with a left knee injury before halftime. Didn't return. Suffered a hyperextension, it looks like, and a bone bruise. We'll see about the game against the Rams, but he has been terrific this season for the Lions. There have been it's early, but some Gronk comparisons to what Laporta has done, but year one impact. Detroit is not this team if they didn't select Sam Laporta in the draft.
Yeah, he'll be invited to all the off-season tight end workouts, man, now. George Kittle.
He's in the club?
He is.
He got in?
He knocking on the door. And I don't know how you're going to pretend like you're not there. You better open that door. Let him in. He's knocking louder and louder. Rookie. Most receptions. And he did it with the Lions. That means a lot. So, yeah, attaboy to Sam Laporta. I mean, every rookie or freshman, you have goals and dreams of entering a new league and entering with a splash and making a big impact. And it's hard to do that. And he's been able to do that at a very, very high level.
Not to insert my team into the conversation, but Detroit drafted one spot in front of the Las Vegas Raiders in the second round. The next pick, the Raiders took Michael Mayer from the
he good too.
Notre Dame Fighting Irish. He is good.
Yeah.
Not as good, it would seem, as Laporta. It was actually a really good rookie class. Dalton Kincaid went the first round to Buffalo. He's been a good player. And then Luke Musgrave has had a really good rookie year for the Green Bay Packers. I know you love to give them some love. Headed to the postseason after their win against the Bears yesterday.
How you lose to the Packers this year? The first year after Aaron Rodgers.
It appears Aaron Rodgers successfully transferred the deed of ownership to the Chicago Bears over to Jordan Love.
Oh, my goodness.
So, Sam Laporta, I also apologize. We're handing out your attaboy, and it just turns
You triggered me.
to Raiders and Chicago Bears complaints.
Don't talk about the Bears.
We hand out attaboys and attagirls every day. Today to Sam Laporta, and each day thanks to Native Design and Hardscape, Knoxville's premier landscaping and hardscape designer. They are ready to turn your home or business outdoor space into reality. They are making backyard dreams come true. See how they can help you at your home or your business with your outdoor space. NativeTN.com, or you can call 865-310-3256. We hit the power poll when we come back. Our top performers from the weekend, top losers out of the weekend as well, before Tyler and Will take over at 3 as we come back on Josh and Swain.
The Knoxville Ice Bears are hosting a night the kids will love with the Baby Sharks Baby Races. It's one of the most popular annual events as the Baby Races return to the Coliseum, featuring the fastest babies in East Tennessee. Puck drop is Friday, January 12th at 7:35 at the Civic Coliseum. For tickets or to register your little crawler, call 525-7825 or visit KnoxvilleIceBears.com.
The Knoxville Ice Bears! Ice Bears!
The Knoxville Ice Bears are hosting Mascot Mania Saturday, January 13th at 7:35 at the Civic Coliseum. The Ice Bears are throwing a party for all of Chili Bears' friends. Come see the fun as the Ice Bears mascot gets together with other mascots from around East Tennessee. Mascot Mania Saturday, January 13th at 7:35 at the Civic Coliseum. For tickets, call 525-7825 or visit KnoxvilleIceBears.com.
The Knoxville Ice Bears!
They say that good fences make good neighbors, and when it comes to your privacy, Loudoun County Fence is the fencing company East Tennesseans have trusted for over 50 years. Your fence should be durable and stylish. Visit their website at lcfence.com and view all of their great options, from wood privacy to ornamental aluminum fencing. Loudoun County Fence is a family-owned and operated company with over 50 years of experience installing quality fencing in and around Knoxville. They're fully licensed and insured, and their workmanship is guaranteed. For your free estimate, visit lcfence.com.
Johnson, I've been hearing about this internet thing. Anything to it?
Yeah, boss. We had Cumulus Digital design and run our website.
Will an internet help our sales?
Already has. Plus, Cumulus Digital helps us rank high on search engines.
Whoa, one thing at a time, Johnson.
CumulusDigital.com. Hey, Vol Nation! Get a clean start to the new year with a free car wash at Zips Car Wash. Just download the new Zips Car Wash app and unlock a world of sparkling convenience. Earn rewards, score exclusive savings, and manage your memberships all in the palm of your hand. Plus, get your first car wash free after you create an app account. Visit the App Store or Google Play from your mobile device and search Zips Car Wash and start earning wash rewards and app-only deals today. Zips Car Wash, proud sponsor of the Tennessee Volunteers.
Should all the acquaintance be forgot and dirty carpets too? Tyler Ivins, I can't carry a tune in a bucket, but I can tell you if you use my name, when you schedule at Zero Res, you can start 2024 off the right way with fresh, fluffy carpets thanks to our friends at Zero Res. You can pick up the telephone and you can give them a ring, 865-816-5250, and when you mention me from the Sports Animal, you're going to get 3 rooms of carpet cleaned and a hallway cleaned for free for just $109. ZeroResKnoxville.com.
And just like that, it's 2024. The new year always comes so fast. The older I get, the simpler my resolutions are. Spending time with family, planning for retirement. But this year, I added protect it all to the list. When my best friend suddenly lost her husband and seeing what her family went through, I realized how important life insurance is. We weren't covered, so I went to selectquote.com, and in minutes, we had quotes from multiple carriers. Then, an experienced licensed insurance agent helped us find the right coverage for our budget. I'm 40, and my $500,000 policy was only $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. And with their same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. The holidays were for family, but the new year, it's for protecting them.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-280-8787 or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote. That's 1-800-280-8787. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Josh and Swain is brought to you by McKeon Law Group, East Tennessee's #1 family law and divorce attorney group. Call Jed McKeon and the McKeon Law Group to help your family in their hardest times. 294-8008 and attorney-knoxville.com.
We started out on AM, then added FM, then a website stream, and now we're worldwide on the Sports Animal app. Everywhere you go, the Sports Animal stream is there.
From the Budweiser studios of The Sports Animal, we are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Final segment of Josh and Swain today. If you missed any of the show, want to go back and listen, you can do so anytime. Search Josh and Swain anywhere you listen to podcasts like Apple and Spotify. Find us in the WNML app. That's not just today, that's any day. You want to go back and listen to conversations with Austin Price or Chris Lowe, Barrett Salee, talking college football last week. Anytime you want to go back and listen, just search Josh and Swain where you get your podcasts. We'll have a national championship game to react to tomorrow as the Tennessee conversation will continue as well. Michigan versus Washington, 2 future Big Ten teams for the title.
Question is, are you going to watch the whole game?
We get a 7:30 kickoff. That's not too bad. 7:30 ESPN. I'll be up for the whole thing.
That's 11 o'clock. It's finish time.
Oh, I'll be complaining about it tomorrow, but I will be up to see it to then complain tomorrow.
You won't make it. I might not make it, especially if it's like a blowout or something. Because
I don't expect that. I think we get a good one tonight.
We already won. So I don't really care what happens tonight. We've already won, folks.
Team SEC didn't.
Team Tennessee did. So we already won. No Georgia and Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
We good. I can sit back, put my feet up on the coffee table until my wife sees me and then tells me to get it off. But I could kick my feet up and just relax and watch a good old football game.
Can Tennessee fans claim anything toward the title if Washington wins because Michael Penix Jr. wanted to go to Tennessee?
No, people will try.
He's also a sixth-year guy, so
he
that's more than half a decade ago.
Yeah, I mean, even if he would have went to Tennessee, he wouldn't have stayed. He would have left. And it would have just hurt even more because he would have been a former Tennessee quarterback doing what he's doing right now. So,
that's a good point.
It happens, right?
It does.
I got one even worse.
Okay, you want to end on a positive note here? Let's hear it.
No, it's not positive. This is even worse than Michael Penix wanting to come here.
Oh, yeah.
Justin Fields
didn't
get an offer here.
Yeah.
And wanted to come here. Back before he blew up at Harrison High School there in Georgia. He blew up overnight, and it was too late.
He's quite an athlete.
Yeah, he'd be good for the Atlanta Falcons next year.
Yeah, he said some goodbyes, I think, just in case this is it. Bears have the number 1 pick and the number 9 pick now that the regular season is over. Before this show is over, let's hit the power poll.
Captain, we're losing power in the warp engine. Nuclear power pants.
What's up? I'm Kenny Powers.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
I have the power!
With great power comes great responsibility.
Full power, Mr. Scott.
Jaguars out of the playoffs. That's our power poll to close the show, presented by Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, your less red tape banking alternative. That's it for the show. Thanks for hanging out with us today. We'll see you again tomorrow at noon on Josh and Swain.
Imagine listening to live jazz, sipping wine on a charming, spacious patio with friends or loved ones. Perro's Bar and Grill on North Shore Drive in Rocky Hill has that and more. With a great staff, outstanding service, homemade American, Italian, and Greek recipes handed down through generations, Perro's Bar and Grill provides that special dining experience that you want when you get out. They also have a jazz brunch on